Your teeth are important. Your whether it's for dates or just your general health. Keep your mouth clean and do it with Quip. I've been using the Quip 360 toothbrush for some time now, and I love it. It's great, convenient. It's great to travel with. Also, as someone who's not typically like a big flosser, their water flosser feels like you're at the dentist, and it's kind of fun, actually, and a lot easier than just that thing that makes your gums bleed all the time. Not with Quip.
The new Quip 360 oscillating toothbrush literally revolves around you, an electric toothbrush that doesn't overcomplicate the most basic daily ritual. Quip 360 is a bold, simple design that comes in multiple colors and is ultra quiet for a super clean without being super annoying. Accepted by the American Dental Association, Quip 360 is scientifically proven to remove up to 11 times more plaque between teeth compared to a manual toothbrush and provide up to 2 times more whitening in one day. If you don't absolutely love your Quip, return it for free within 30 days. If you do love it, brush easy knowing you get a free lifetime warranty for purchasing on getquip.com and the opportunity to subscribe to refill heads by mail every 3 months so you never have to go to the store.
Just for listeners of the Viall Files, get 20% off site-wide and a free travel case and countertop stand at GetQuip. That's QUIP.com/Nick. Free your mouth today and save 20% site-wide, plus a free travel case and countertop stand at GetQuip. That's QUIP.com/Nick. GetQuip. QUIP.com/Nick.
You're crazy.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another exciting episode of the Viall Files Reality Recap Edition. And boy, do we have a fun episode for you guys today. Melanie Lynskey and her very charming husband, Jason Ritter, are joining us momentarily. Jason's been on the show a couple times. It's been a while. Always a big Bachelor fan. He was here to recap some Bachelor episodes a while back. It's first time having Melanie on. They are a very adorable couple. And they're also just big reality TV fans, and so we are excited to have them on as well. And later, Ari Shaffir, a very hilarious comedian who has a new Netflix special out, will join us as well.
Nick's developed a new habit.
I've developed a new habit?
Uh-oh.
What?
Good habit?
Yeah.
Bad habit?
Probably not great.
A diabolical habit.
We hate it.
Yeah.
Okay,
Do I know what this is? Do I know what you're going to
Pretty
say?
crazy.
Say it.
He leaves chewed up wads of gum on random surfaces throughout our home.
I've left.
Several.
I've left.
Wait, why is this a newly developed habit?
Yeah, at 44 years
Like,
old.
I remember
he
seeing
just
this.
now started not throwing his gum in the trash can.
I feel like this was like a bit on like Parent Trap or like an old movie where it was like she would like take her gum out and like put it on her like headboard. And I used to do that when I was like 10, thinking it was so cool.
Oh.
I know, but you're not 10. Why is this happening?
I don't know why.
But it's in awful places.
What do you mean?
A
Well,
bad dad here.
This is a
we all
choking
make
hazard.
we all make mistakes. He puts River down for a nap
Uh-huh.
and rushes out of the room for some reason.
Phone call.
Don't know. A
Huh?
call.
Business.
A business.
As usual.
Who knows what's happening? And
Well, I'm
so
a chomper.
What the fuck does that mean?
Well, you're putting your daughter to bed and you're...
Oh.
he smacks.
She's
So
like
I'm
waking
like,
up her
oh.
eye like, shut up,
So I was
Dad.
like, oh, sorry, sweet, pretty little baby. And then I took the gum out and put it on this little nightstand.
So I
Um,
checked the monitor and she's like not asleep. She's kind of just awake, chilling. And I'm like, okay, well, I'll let her work it out. She's not crying. She's just kind of hanging out in there and she loves her crib. So I would check back in every couple of minutes and she's laying down, she's sitting up, she's standing up, she's laying down, and then I'm like, what am I doing? Like, I might as well just go in there, and like rock her and try to get her back to sleep. And thank God I do.
Mm.
She's got that gum all wrapped around her hands.
No.
I mean, just like stretching it, playing with it. I was like, oh my God.
Is she ready for slime?
She's a slime girly.
Like 3 weeks before that, I caught her. I want to say it was Natalie's gum, but who knows? Who knows? Who knows?
Now I leave gum on.
I just want, just in case the parent shamers pop out. I just want to make sure we both go down in
No,
flames.
Yeah, for sure.
Thank you for protecting me.
But her daughter's so smart because, like, I caught her chewing gum. She was just, and I,
Oh,
like,
so she
picked
knew
it
not
up.
to swallow it.
Totally. I was like, a little freaked out. Like, oh my God. And she was just chomping away like good old dad.
But even like Shug, our babysitter, she was like, so I found like several pieces of chewed up gum like in random places? And I was like, yeah, no, I know. That is Nick.
I will work on
Did you
that.
ask her to
That is
guess?
Nick. She was like, there's one on her changing table, and I feel like that the diaper trash can's right there. It's the most accessible trash can in the house. Truly, I mean, it's right there. It's easy to throw away.
Are you going back for these pieces of gum?
Oh my God, no.
And what may or may not be related news, Natalie told me 17 times yesterday about this new article.
My God. Okay.
Oh, I think
Not
I
answering your
know what
question,
you're talking
Sarah.
about.
Fuck you.
I just wanted to know if you go back for these chewed up pieces of gum, or are they part of the house?
I don't.
Like when you like put it down, like are you coming back?
I'll be
for-
honest. I have no recollection.
Just swallow it.
What do they say? Like when you're on the stand,
I
I
do
do
not
not
recall.
recall.
I do not.
I do not recall.
And I plead the fifth.
That reminds me of that Justin Bieber deposition where he's like sitting and he's like in some lawyer's office. It's not a courtroom, but they're like showing him some videos, and he's just the whole time like, I don't recall.
Yeah.
I do not
I
recall.
do have a confession though. When I'm done with my gum and I don't know where to put it, I'll give it to Danny to swallow for me.
To swallow?
Yeah.
I'm hearing so many.
You also gave Danny Louis' umbilical cord to give to the dog to eat. So you
did-
need to
yeah, we
stop
did do
giving
that.
Danny things to dispose of.
You are not wrong there.
I had forgotten about that. Natalie.
Did you know that, Nick?
What?
Leia, she was at the house with Louis. And
Our house.
she was at our house with Louis, and she was talking about like, oh my gosh, how funny is this? Like whenever Louis' umbilical cord fell off, it falls off like a week after you get home.
Sure. Yeah.
Danny fed it to the dog. And I was like, what?
On purpose?
Yeah. I
It's
was
a
like,
tradition in the family, apparently.
I was like, that was the way
And
he was
then by
connected
tradition,
to
you
you
mean like a Jewish tradition or just
No.
Danny?
His family, every time they had an umbilical cord fall off, they would feed it to their dogs.
You guys, this is making me nauseous.
And like for me, I was like, I have
What
that
other
saved
traditions do they have?
somewhere.
Is there a seance or what?
Well, for me, I was like, oh my God, that was like the way that they were connected to us. Like you didn't save that. And she was like, oh my God, I didn't save it.
I had an existential crisis right there on your outdoor couch. I was like, fuck, why didn't I save that?
Yeah, you were like, now I'm mad at Danny. Louis
Yeah,
was,
like why
9
don't you
months
just
old.
feed all your first photos of all these moments to your dog too? Like maybe a whole photo album. Any other special moments with your child you want to feed your dog?
Well, marijuana users are now 6 times more likely to have a heart attack. Do you want to rethink your choices?
Well, here's the thing. What's 6 times higher than what?
Than before.
Well, maybe it was 0 before, and 6 times 0 is still 0.
Has Natalie told you the facts yet of this?
No, I'm just saying, like
Please,
a percentage
Justin.
is
Please, Nick,
Well, so
listen.
basically, a new study of 4.6 million people found that cannabis users were more likely to experience heart failure, strokes, and cardiac
Is it
arrest.
smoking weed or gummies, or do we know?
Well, so young marijuana users are 6 times more likely to have a heart attack than those who abstain from the drug, according to a new study that analyzed data from 4.6 million people. The study followed adults younger than 50 who didn't have any comorbidities. From 2010 to 2018, according to research, specifically cannabis users were 6 times more likely to have a heart attack, 4 times more likely to have an seismic stroke. I might be wrong with the pronunciation.
to Nick's point, more likely than what?
Than the
They're not.
average person who's not smoking weed.
Another
Yeah.
marijuana user over here across the room.
Yeah.
I'm fine.
The two.
And I have no issue.
I'm just saying,
This
6 times 0 is still 0.
Here,
Why are you timesing it by 0?
Well, because I don't know 6 times
like
more than
marijuana
what.
users.
Literally, like 6 times.
If there's a
Nobody put
1%
zero
chance that I have a heart attack because of, and then if it's 6 times more likely, that's still, 1%.
I'm just saying this is the medication that we're giving to
6%?
like
No, it's
cancer
6%.
patients, glaucoma,
It does specify. It says cannabis use appears to pose a substantial and independent risk for those outcomes, even in a population without traditional cardiovascular risk factors. So that's what it is for people that aren't already like at risk of like a heart
Gotcha.
attack.
So
or
it
whatnot.
makes you at risk.
I'm short of breath.
Oh my God.
It probably
Do you
was that
smell
joint
burnt
outside.
toast?
I think that's brain cancer. That's
No,
a heart
Is
attack?
your
That's
burnt
stroke.
Is your
toast, yeah.
arm hurting? I think
And you
arms,
smell-
Left
your
arm
Hurting
is
or-
heart attack.
Okay. I think I'm okay.
Smelling burnt
Smelling
toast
burnt
is a stroke.
toast is a stroke.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm good. In other news, Ryan Reynolds requests that he be dropped from Justin Baldoni's lawsuit. Ryan Reynolds is asking a judge to drop him as a defendant from Justin Baldoni's $400 million lawsuit, claiming Justin Baldoni's argument against him has no legal bounds and amounts to hurt feelings, which all the Justin Baldoni stands are up in arms. But makes sense to me. I don't know why is he just being sued because he's married to Blake? There's all this speculation about like the Deadpool or Nice Pool, whatever in his movie. I don't think that's illegal. So
can you just sue anyone who's just like mean to you?
I think anyone can sue anyone for anything, but when it
Distress.
goes to the court and things like that, I think there are
Because
certain
I'm coming
legal,
for you, trolls.
yeah, I think there's certain legal things that like hold water or not.
Could you imagine if I became a billionaire and it was just off like suing people in like my comments who were mean to me?
I'm
Or
still,
my DMs.
still trying to remember the comment. What was the weird word that they're trying to say a word, but
indoors.
endorse. Okay.
Yeah, they're
Endorse,
only here to see
yeah.
what I endorse.
Yeah.
Watch out. Now
Anyways,
he's
we'll see what
coming for
happens
you.
with that case. We should probably bring back Emily Baker sooner than later to have her break down any updates in this case. But we will follow along. Not sure if this will be granted or not, but we shall see. It makes sense to me because I just don't know. It seemed almost when he was brought into that lawsuit, it just seemed almost retaliatory and kind of almost like, oh well, I'm gonna go after you. It's like he didn't work on the set. I mean, obviously there's all these like theories and stuff like that, but we'll see. We'll see what happens with that case. Tina Fey, this is interesting, admits that she judges rich people. Isn't she rich?
Yes.
Who have side hustles.
Yeah, she's not judging herself. She's judging her peers who are also rich, who feel the need to like start a liquor company
A
or
beauty
start
brand.
or start like a
Hair company.
hair company, an activewear brand.
I mean, I don't know. For me, it's
Because
just,
that they're not that involved.
who cares?
They're
That's
only
all.
doing it to make more money.
Have you walked into Narawan? Every brand is a celebrity brand if you think about it.
Well, celebrity brands are the future. Some of them are very successful. Some of them are less than successful. But like, I don't know. Listen. My big thing is like, I don't know what Tina Fey's wealth is, but it sounds like she's up there. She's very successful, had a lot of successful projects. I know when super rich people have opinions about how other rich people like make and spend their money, I'm uninterested in that opinion. That's just my opinion.
I find it fascinating.
What
I
do
do
you
too.
find
I mean, I think
fascinating
she
about it?
was. I think she was being funny, and I think
Yeah.
it was like an interesting take of like I'm judging you for like needing to have a side hustle when like you already make billions of dollars.
If your rate's like $8 million on a movie, but then it's like, you know what, fuck it. Let's throw a tequila brand on top of that. I'll shoot a commercial once in a while. Like, I get it. Whereas she's just saying, like, I kind of hate money. I have a problem with rich people having a side hustle. If you already have like 200 million, I judge it. Like,
How much is she of that money she hates has she given away?
I mean, I don't know about her philanthropic endeavors, but I'm sure if she
charity
hates
work.
it, she probably does give.
I don't know. And like I say, if an actor makes $8 million on a movie, about 25% of that is just taken away off the top to like their agents and managers and lawyers. So bam, 25% gone. Then half of that the government takes. So you got, let's say, 8 million. What's 25% of 8 million? You take 2 million off. You got 6 million left. Now all of a sudden 8 million becomes 3 million. And what if they
and
bought
Nick
a?
loves math.
Yeah.
So
I cannot fact check a
That
single
was
thing you just said.
I'm the
I
meme
can't even fact check that.
where the woman's just staring out and it's all the equations floating around her head.
yeah, literally.
I don't know. And maybe they got a couple family members they're taking care of and things like that. Maybe someone came into them and said, "Hey, you want to start a T-shirt line or something?" They're like, "Great!" And then maybe that blew up.
And Tina's just saying like, I just judge you a little bit for being like,
And kind of- Also,
like
what if,
she's saying it's a little cringy.
has Tina Fey ever done a commercial?
Yes.
And like, couldn't that be?
She's still
thought of-
acting.
couldn't
Yeah.
that be thought of as like a side hustle?
She's still
No.
acting.
Oh, she's
it's an
still
acting job.
Oh, you know, she's like holding a shoe.
It's still
Acting.
acting.
Yeah. There's
I'm
nothing.
acting at the table.
I mean, like, yeah, she's entitled to her opinion. I don't know. It's just more like when I'm guessing, doesn't have to worry about money. Period.
I don't think Kylie
There
Jenner
are
has to
other-
worry about money.
She's incredibly successful being a producer herself.
But have you
and a
ever
writer.
judged your peers for like doing something that you feel is a little cringy?
Cringy, sure. Yeah.
And that's what she's saying. She's saying that like not George Clooney, but example George Clooney having his tequila company
Sure.
is a little cringe.
I mean, I don't know when he started or what he was worth, but like he made a ton of money from it.
I
Like,
respect the side hustle too, where I'm like, listen, if I don't want to do 500 movies this year and I can make the same amount endorsing a brand, by all means do it. But I also think that the opinion's kind of funny.
But also, like Tina Fey, like she's an actor, she's a producer, she's a writer. Aren't those kind of side hustles? She doesn't
No,
just do one job.
No,
They're
they're under
all
the
one
same
umbrella.
hat. Yeah.
What is that umbrella? Her being
Creator.
Entertainment.
No, her.
actor.
Yeah.
okay, and so let's say George Clooney, like I'm sure he used his celebrity and his marketing ability, or like just his good face, like his celebrity. How is that really different than what Tina Fey is doing?
Because like they don't use like real tequila in movies, right? It's like water. So it's like these are two very different things. It's not like
He's not acting like he likes his
Tequila.
tequila
I don't
company.
know, maybe he is.
Then
He's-
that's fucked up.
he's also not sending out emails being like, who wants to collaborate with
there's
Casamigos?
a lot of actors out there who get like maybe one job every 5 years.
But by all means, and that's what we're saying, where maybe that's not your side
She's
hustle,
not-
that's
and-
your main hustle.
and
But
she's
as soon
also
as-
not
so as
talking
soon as
about
they
them.
make money, they're like, know what? I don't know.
Good.
I think she's in a very convenient position to have an opinion like this. And it's like, okay.
I think it's her being funny and being cheeky and just like calling out some of her like friends. And it's like the fact that she would do this to people is really fucked up. It's like,
Really fucking it up for the rest of us
Whoa.
rich
You
people.
know what? I'm just going to chew my gum and smoke my weed.
You know what? If a celebrity endorsed or invested in Forever 21, it may still be here.
honestly,
RIP.
See,
it had
that's
a
what I'm
good-
saying. We needed a side hustling celebrity
We
to
don't.
save America's
don't.
favorite.
We don't
you
need to
like,
save Forever
brand.
21.
I don't
We
know about favorite
It was
brand,
its, yeah,
but
it was its time.
That
to
was
go.
a hellscape to walk into one of those stores.
Oh,
It
for
still
sure.
is.
No, first of all,
You trip over
nothing.
clothes.
Yeah, nothing was ever organized.
Nope.
You walked in immediate anxiety.
I'm looking at army print next to fluffy pink jackets.
Also, there's like the running joke of, oh my God, this cute white like t-shirt. And you pick it up and it's like puppy lover on the
Taco
back. And
time.
you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Come on.
we were doing so well.
Yeah. So honestly, it was time. RIP Forever 21. Honestly, had a great run. The shoes that I was wearing the day that I met Nick are Forever 21.
Oh.
And I will never get rid of them because they hold such a special place in my heart.
Oh.
Honestly, some of my older pieces from Forever 21 still hold up. It was like once they turned into like wash it once and it shreds, then it's like, yeah, I can't shop here.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I used to love it.
Is anyone watching the Baldwins show? Like, it's been out. Like, have people talked about it? Does anyone give a shit?
I haven't heard
They do.
anybody.
They're
Oh.
watching.
I don't. Do you think they're still promoting the show? Because like, they are an example of everything I don't want us to be.
Oh yeah, no, there's a clip of them on a red carpet where it was crazy. The interviewer asks a question to like both of them, and
Even if it was kind of directed to her.
she kind of like starts answering, and then he starts complimenting her. He's
He's
like,
like
she's
being
a
her hype
star, like she's amazing, and she's like, I was talking. Don't interrupt me when I'm talking.
When I talk, you
Oh, and
listen.
his face.
And he looked like
He was like, I'm sorry, and like
Yeah.
looked down. It was
He
so
was
sad.
and he looked dead inside.
Oh.
He looked like a broken man.
When I'm talking, you're not talking.
In front of people?
On
On a red carpet in
That's what
an
I'm saying.
interview.
Are you my mother?
Like how
Yeah.
this man has been through a lot, and now you're like snapping at him.
It's like, get a
public-
podcast and talk some shit to each other for fun like we do. Like, oh my God, don't bring it to the red carpet and like yell at your spouse to the point where they just like die inside.
But also that sentence, like when I'm talking, you're not talking, is such a degrading sentence. Like there's a way to be like, honey, could you not interrupt me? Like I was in the middle of a story. You know, like there's a way to say like, hey, wait your turn.
It's also giving like mother of 7. She was like, and 8.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I mean, I don't know. It's just
That gives zero patience in the fact that he wasn't even like shocked by it.
He said, I'm sorry, and looked down at the ground.
Yeah,
like
well.
the saddest face I've ever seen.
we know who is running that household.
What do we think is a pro? You know what? Let's ask our guests because I think they just got done from dropping off their child at school. And we can find out what they think is appropriate to pick your kids up at school. Because there was a Kylie Jenner video that has since been taken down.
I went to find it, and as of now, it's not up. It's a collab with a brand that she's dropping a latex dress. Her biddies are out, and like
What?
What was the first one?
I almost said itties. Well,
Sorry,
biddies is kind
guys,
of
Russian.
Russian's gay. He doesn't know
Watching
to
too much
talk about
Severance.
boobs.
I was trying to blend over it in like a PC way, but
Her
it's
jitties. It's like, okay, her
The
titties.
Parisian?
her tatas were out. Okay. And like basically, I mean, I took it as she was joking, like in the heart of like promoting the dress, but she was like, yeah, like I would pick up my kid in this dress.
Was she being sarcastic?
Probably.
Probably.
I took it as like being funny, maybe not sarcastic, but it's like
Maybe
she's,
not that serious.
it's not serious.
like Tina Fey.
Oh, well, there you go. Anyways, the internet is outraged.
Well, you
But
know,
why?
as they should be. And not that they should be, but that's just what they do.
It's so apparent. It's a joke. And even if she does pick up her kids and like, why does it bother you?
Yeah,
Because
you know
hus-
the school.
Because
You know
hus-
the school.
Because husbands.
Because husbands, exactly.
But you know the school
'Cause I
she's
can't.
going to is like the school with all of the other
Celebrities.
famous celebrity
Yeah.
children, and I'm sure they're all picking up their kids also in like a latex dress as well. So it's like
Are
they're
they?
just all in one.
Yeah, do you think like with like, are there schools that are just riddled with celebrity kids?
Yes.
There are.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
There's
Like,
a ton of schools that I could name of like celebrities and normal people going to.
Yeah. Up
So,
towards.
Do you think it's like a red carpet every day?
No, I don't, but I do. Like, I hear stories from people being like, oh, yeah, or like when my friends used to nanny and they'd be like, oh, yeah, Charlize Theron just came and picked up her kid while I was waiting for like mine. And it's just like,
That's crazy.
Yeah, well,
Just on a Tuesday?
maybe our guests will have some thoughts on what they wear when they pick up their kids because
Or who
they're up
they
next.
see. Or who they see. You may associate elevating your style with breaking the bank, but that is no longer a problem thanks to Quince. With Quince, you can get high-end versatile basics and pieces you can actually afford. Now you can upgrade your style with high-quality essentials that make sense with your budget. Listen, you got to stop spending your money on fast fashion. It goes in, it goes out. It's not good quality. It hills up in the washing machine. You just spent $20 on a shirt that you can't wear anymore. But with Quince, you can get good quality pieces that will last you a lifetime. They have must-haves like Mongolian cashmere crew neck sweaters from $50. A cashmere crew neck sweater, $50.
Just because you treat your dates like they're disposable doesn't mean you're supposed to treat your clothes that way either. Quince has all the must-haves like Mongolian cashmere crew neck sweaters from $50. They're iconic, and also their 100% leather jackets and versatile flow knit activewear.
The best part, all Quince's items are priced 50 to 80% less than similar brands, and Quince only works with factories that use safe, ethical, and responsible manufacturing practices along with premium fabrics and finishes.
I just got their organic cotton silk polo sweater and absolutely love it. You need to check it out. It's so stylish. It's a shirt you will always reach for. Ladies out there, get it for the men in your lives and you will thank me later. Indulge in affordable luxury. Go to quince.com/VIALL for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. That's Quince, QUINCE.com/VIALL for free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/VIALL. Hey, you're busy. We get it. You're on the go and you're probably having a hard time eating healthy because listen, you know, when you're on the go and you're busy, it's just hard to, you know, all the fast options out there aren't really that healthy. Well, that's where IQ Bar can really help you maintain the lifestyle and healthy habits that you want. With IQ Bar, plant-based bars are packed with high-quality ingredients to help keep you physically and mentally fit.
This episode is brought to you by IQ Bar. IQ Bar is the better-for-you plant protein-based snacks made with brain-boosting nutrients to refuel, nourish, and satisfy hunger without the sugar crash.
We all know that you're super busy out there, and we know when you're busy, it can be difficult to have healthy habits, and that's where IQ Bar can make it that much easier for you. And the best part about IQ Bar is the bars taste fantastic. Usually it's the choice between taste and health, and not with IQ Bar, you get both.
They have 9 delicious flavors, including mint chocolate chip, chocolate sea salt, banana nut, toasted coconut chip, lemon, blueberry, and peanut butter chip. With 20,000 5-star reviews and counting, more people than ever are starting their days on the right foot with IQ Bar's brain and body boosting bars, hydration mixes, and mushroom coffees.
One flavor that stood out to me was definitely their peanut butter chip. I mean, really all their flavors are incredibly good, but everyone has a fave, you know what I'm saying? And right now, IQ Bar is offering our special podcast listeners 20% off all IQ Bar products, plus get free shipping. To get your 20% off, just text FILES to 64,000. That's text FILES, F-I-L-E-S to 64,000. That's FILES, F-I-L-E-S to 64,000. Message and data rates may apply. See terms for details. The great rewards hunt is on, so join the adventures with DraftKings Casino. For fun seekers, follow the trail of huge jackpots, weekly bonuses, and exclusive games. But the excitement is only getting started because new players can get 500 casino spins on a featured game. Just sign up with code VIALFILES and wager a minimum of $5 to receive 500 casino spins on a featured game. Only on the most rewarding place to play, DraftKings Casino. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. 21 plus. Physically present in Michigan, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, West Virginia only. Void in Connecticut and Ontario. Eligibility restrictions apply. New customers only. Non-withdrawable casino spins valid for featured games only and expire in 168 hours. See terms at casino.draftkings.com/promos. Ends 4/27/25 at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time. Melanie and Jason, welcome to the show.
Thank you so
welcome
much.
back, Jason.
Thank you
and
very much.
Welcome, Melanie.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
So good to have you both. I've been, we've texted a few times about coming on. Obviously, you guys are busy with life and being parents, but it's great to have you back and have you on for the first time.
Yeah, it all worked out.
Yeah.
I mean, I
Yeah.
had absolutely zero idea that you had this accent. I had
Oh,
no idea.
really?
Yeah, and I feel like I've watched obviously I've watched so much of your work, but just I feel like I've watched you on red carpets and it's never clicked for me. And then meeting you in person, I'm like, oh, yes, of course.
When I'm actually talking, I try to say as little as possible on a red carpet because I'm so anxious. So just trying to get through
Just
it.
get through.
Yeah.
Just get done.
You're from
Just leave.
New Zealand. Yeah?
I'm from New Zealand,
Yeah,
yes.
I went there once.
Oh, did you like it?
I loved it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I was there filming a show called Special Forces, so
Oh, right.
Oh,
I was
right,
quite
yes.
tortured. The experience itself was great, beautiful. I mean, like
Very
food,
beautiful.
amazing.
Where
Oh,
were you?
yeah.
What part?
Queenstown.
Oh, so
Like,
beautiful.
and we were
Gorgeous.
in. It was like June, July, but it was winter there.
Yeah.
So
beautiful. Like just
Aw.
wonderful food.
Yeah. Very
it's
good
so
food.
beautiful
Queenstown
there.
is amazing. We got to see that show. We've never seen that show.
I know. Yeah. Yeah.
I've
we
never
should.
watched Special Forces.
No.
No.
It's a good mix of
It's
like,
a good family show.
yeah, it is a good
Mm.
family show.
Yeah.
You
I didn't
root for
realize
people.
like who watched it, but then after I was on it, like like young families with
Yeah.
their kids would approach me.
Oh, that's
and
so
it kind
cool.
of made sense because when you watch it back, it's
Good
it's actually
clean fun.
It is, right?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
all about like, resiliency and fighting through adversity, and it's it's on Fox, which is network, and it's pretty clean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
so
that's
families
right.
can watch it together.
How many kids
That'd
do
be
y'all
fun.
have?
Just one.
Just one.
She's 6.
Oh,
Yeah.
God. We have one. She's 13 months old.
Oh.
Can I show
So-
you a video?
Oh my gosh, please.
We just got this today
Oh, she has her
from a
her
babysitter.
morning bedhead, but she's walking the dog.
She's walking the dog.
Oh, she's so cute.
Oh my gosh.
She's like right on the verge. She's like says mama and dada, and like she's saying words and like recognizing like pictures and things like that. But like it feel like she's at the age where she doesn't know how to say things, but like you can tell she's processing.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
gosh.
it's a very fun age. I
It
think it's
all
more and more fun.
happens. It happens so quickly. Like this morning on the way to drop her off to school, she told both of us that our hair was too crazy to do an interview today.
Oh.
Yeah, too crazy. We both had to fix our hair before we came because she's like, "What are you guys doing today?" And we're like, "Oh, we're going to go into." She's like, "Well, your hair is too crazy. You got to fix it."
You've gotta
Dada,
fix
mama.
it.
So we both
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. It's hopefully
did what we
fixed.
could. Gosh.
Yeah,
You
no,
guys look
it's
great.
looking great
Oh,
now.
thanks.
I don't know what
Oh,
you changed.
Thank you.
but
A lot.
it looks
A
great.
lot.
Took a
yeah.
shower.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is crazy to watch her like, because she can't really say a lot, but if I'm like, oh, can you put this over there on that stool? And
Yeah.
she will go and do it. And I'm
It's
like,
so wild.
Yeah.
it's really crazy.
It's
When do you
amazing.
feel like her personality really came out and started to be who she is today?
It was always there, I think.
Yeah.
It is weird. It's like something slowly being revealed. So
Mhm.
initially you're like, it just seems like a baby or something. And then even when you see other babies, you start to realize like, oh, no, that's actually only something that our daughter does or whatever. And then as they get older, you realize that, yeah, it was kind of always there.
Wow.
Which
Yeah.
It kind of makes sense because you almost have to like as you're there every day. You
Yeah.
get to know your kid, and when you're talking about that, like the way River smiled, that's it's just like
Mm.
I guess she always kind of smiled this way, and
Yeah,
always kind of had
exactly.
this, but you don't really appreciate it when it first happens. You don't know if it's her thing or just
Yeah.
something
exactly.
babies do.
Yeah, exactly.
like-
is it a universal thing or
Like, is she a genius or is she just like kind of normal developing skills? You know,
Exactly,
because like it's like
exactly.
every day there's this like she seems to be learning something new, and I'm like, wow.
Yeah, yeah. It's,
Genius.
It
She's
is.
probably a
It's
genius.
incredible.
Yeah.
But it is nice when they start being able to use their words. And then, as soon as our daughter could say cat, we knew that she was obsessed with cats. And she's been obsessed with cats for
Was that
forever.
her first word?
No,
It
her
should
first
have
word
been.
was moon.
Moon.
Yeah, moon, other than mama and dada.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
She pointed to the sky and she said, moon.
Oh,
And we were
that's
like,
so
"Oh."
sweet.
Yeah,
Oh
it was
my
really
gosh.
cute. Yeah.
Rivers' dog, right? That was like her
Yeah.
first word because we have 2
Aw.
dogs. So I think it was very easy to just.
But yeah, it was
figure
over
that out.
Yeah.
Thanksgiving. We're at her sister's house, and they have lots of dogs, and
Mhm.
she just like pointed and said dog. And I was like, oh my god!
Oh.
Because before that, it was like mama and dada were just like things she learned. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
she kind of says mama and dada for a lot of things right now.
Yeah,
sometimes.
Yeah.
It was a really
Dog.
Yeah.
dog.
She
It was a
points
really
him
cool
out, and
moment.
now it's like she'll hear a bird, you like tweeting or cawing, and she will like caw caw. It's so
Oh,
sweet.
yeah.
It's really cool to
Aw.
like watch them grow
It
into
is.
human
It's
beings.
so cool.
We were talking before y'all came in here about Kylie Jenner recently has gone viral for saying she would pick her kids up from school in a latex dress that she was wearing.
Uh-huh.
And so
the internet, obviously,
the internet
you know,
interneted.
did their thing.
How would you feel if you were like, oh, let me just put on this latex dress to go pick up my kids? Are you dressing up to pick up the kids, or are we in like a robe and pajamas?
We
Oh
put on
my
our
God.
latex as soon as we get home
No,
from
of
drop.
Gotcha.
course.
Yeah.
Yeah. When the kids are gone,
Yeah.
the
Latex
latex
time.
comes out. Yeah.
I mean, I think that's awesome. There really is like at our daughter's school, there's a range. Most people are pretty comfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel
Somebody
like-
said one day, they were like, oh, you always know who's in the industry because they're either not here or they're in pajamas. And I was like, they're not pajamas.
That
It's not
felt
quite.
judgmental. Like,
Yeah.
It's a cashmere sweater.
Yeah. it's-
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh my
okay.
God.
Yeah.
and what are the non-industry great parents
they in, like-
wearing?
I don't know.
A pantsuit.
A
'cause they're headed
pantsuit,
to, like, the
maybe.
office.
A lot of
Exactly.
people are
Yeah.
in pajamas.
Yeah.
A lot of people are in pajamas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like that would be me with like an open mug, of
Yeah.
coffee and like my robe on and slippers.
Yeah. We've definitely brought the coffee into, especially assembly mornings.
Oh, yeah.
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 Jason, you obviously came on a while back to talk some Bachelor back in the day. Is that
Oh,
something
yeah.
you guys are still watching? A lot of people have fallen off here or there.
We missed the last.
The last like 3, I think.
Yeah. I
What
think
was it
we've-
for you guys that kind of just didn't do it for you?
I don't know. I mean, we always liked it. There's just so many shows. There's so
Yeah.
many great shows, and we got sucked into some of the Netflix dating shows and the Traitors.
I think also we have so little time at night. Like once we get our daughter down and then to watch
2
something that's
hours.
2 hours.
Yeah.
And then like Oscar voting.
Oh
We
yeah.
had to watch so many movies.
Yeah.
And it was like, I don't know. And then we just sort of ended up not getting into
Then
it.
also once you go into like some of the other shows and you realize how just crazy those are, you go back to
Yeah.
like the Bachelor recipe and you're like, okay, well,
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
always so fun. Like we always do really get into it.
Whenever if we
Yeah.
start it, we get sucked in and we're in for a whole season. We've never like jumped off mid-season,
No.
but
And I like Grant. It's Grant,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
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 He
seems-
a
and
good Bachelor.
yeah,
We've had a chance to interview him a couple times. Lovely man.
yeah, he
Yeah.
seems like a
And
really
very
lovely guy.
Also, he did a really good job this season of not saying thanks for sharing. Every time
Oh,
someone
yeah.
said something
That's
emotional,
nice.
where like a lot of the bachelors before him were like, I don't know what to do in this moment of you actually sharing. So they kind of awkwardly just go, thanks.
Thanks for
You know?
sharing.
I
Man.
know. Imagine if
I
you
love that.
shared what is usually your deepest trauma with somebody and they were just like, thanks for sharing. You just, you'd feel so shut down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for giving me that information.
Yeah.
Do you want to like do fantasy suites?
Yeah,
You wanna-
exactly.
Yeah.
It is strange that like trauma dump dinners.
They do.
Like,
They
why
do.
is it needed?
And they're doing it earlier and earlier, it feels like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is
I think it was lazy producing. I think.
Is it like a formula? They think, oh, it's going to get the viewers on this person's side and make them connect, or
I think so. I mean, they've always done that, but like
Mhm.
it feels like the past few seasons, it's almost become like a trope where it was like,
definitely.
yeah, they really lean, and I think,
Yeah.
do you think part of it has to do with like the show's been around so long
Mhm.
and that like it's hard for them to cast anyone who hasn't grown up with it or seen it so many times, and
Yeah.
they think
Yeah.
that's what they're supposed to say, but like, so there's a part of that they come in with, and I think at least, I don't know, maybe some of the producers just, that's their shtick,
Yeah.
and so they
Yeah.
just think, oh, I guess we're supposed to do that, but it's always just weird, and then it becomes like a competition of stories, and the next thing you know,
I
you have someone
know.
being like, I just, ADD, and like, not that that's not, but like,
Yeah, yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I
It's-
guess, but like,
Yeah.
Mm.
And then they have
and
to
it
do-
becomes like this thing where everyone's just kind of watering down these various things where it was
Right.
like, it's almost like a competition,
Yeah.
in a way where it just feels like are you saying this because you really want to open up? Or are you saying this because that's just
try to send me home now? I
Yeah.
just told you the most tragic story in the world.
Yeah.
Then, yeah,
So what are you guys enjoying right now?
the traitor.
Yeah. We went straight from the US Traitors to the new season of the British Traitors.
What is better?
Is that a celebrity one or is that?
No.
It's not, which isn't.
Have you not seen it?
Mm-mm.
Oh, it's good.
But
First
is
of
it? How
all-
do you feel about it? Like, do you think it's better to see just normal people fighting for this, or do you like the aspect of like?
I mean,
the
there's
celebrities.
There's definitely an element of like, I don't know. I guess I don't really know what the celebrities like what they do with the money, if it goes to charity or to themselves. I don't know, but
a
there
lot
is
of them do need the money.
Yeah.
I will say.
well,
Not everyone's like so rich.
no, that's true. But
Yeah.
there is something about like just seeing a bunch of people who are just playing a game who also don't have like, oh, I know what it's like to be on TV. Or
That's the nice thing.
like
Yeah.
they are. I mean, a villain will really expose themselves on like just because that's who they are. There's one person on one of the seasons from a different country that is like chilling.
Chilling,
it's
like a full sociopath.
yeah.
Oh
it's fun.
It
But,
was crazy. We've watched all of them.
Yeah, everyone that we can get our hands on.
Yeah, the New Zealand one is really fun because they're, first of all, New Zealanders are so good at sniffing out bullshit, so they just find the traitors
Immediately.
immediately, and they're just like, "Oh, so sorry, mate. I just think you're a traitor." Oh, I am. It's been really hard. I haven't enjoyed it. And then it's just like so funny. They're so kind to each other.
It's very
Nobody's
sweet.
backstabbing.
Yeah.
It's really.
Would you
it's fun.
ever do it if you were asked, or
Not in a million
I,
years.
I probably would.
you would?
Yeah,
I
you
just-
would.
I love that. I love Mafia. I love that game. I love all of that. I love trying to figure stuff out. I also love trying to figure out how to lie if that's what it requires. It's fun.
It's kind of I don't think I'm a good liar. I guess I could if I want to, but there's
Yeah.
a icky feeling, and then like
It's
when you
comforting.
Thank God.
Yeah.
It's like I'm really good at lying.
Yeah.
I lie all the time.
Oh.
I cannot stop
I
lying.
just truly can't stop. I've been lying to
Everything
you
in
since
my
I met
life
you.
is a huge lie.
but like with the game, when you're supposed like you wouldn't like swear on anyone's like
no.
some of that stuff is like it's just a game. I don't know if I need to swear on anything meaningful.
We have a
We
rule
have
at
some rules,
home
yeah.
when we play Mafia, when we have Mafia at our house. There's a rule that nobody can swear
on
on
their
anything.
relationship
based
or
on-
children. Or,
My ex-husband swearing on our marriage once.
Oh God.
That's trauma.
Yeah.
And you're
then
like, see?
yeah, and it worked. You believed him, and then
I did believe him.
And he was.
yeah,
Well, I was like, he's not in the Mafia. He'd never swear on our marriage. He's not in the Mafia. He's poor Jimmy. He's such a wonderful person.
He's a
He's
lovely
just
guy.
a good game player. He's like,
yeah.
he was like, people are going to believe me. You
Yeah.
believe
I
me,
mean, it
but I
works.
was shaken.
Yeah.
we
I
had
bet.
we started. My little group of friends and I. We've all played this game called the Resistance, and it's also a lying game. It's kind of like Mafia on crack or something. It's just very fast and just a lot of lies. And we started with this is a moral gray area safe zone. You can say whatever you want. You can do
my
whatever
God.
you want. And then slowly we had to be like, okay, but you're not allowed
But you
to do
can't
that
say
'cause
that.
that's crazy.
Yeah. And that's way too far.
That'd be weird if someone was
And that
like,
hurt my feelings.
I've been cheating on my wife this whole time.
Oh my God.
Wait, no,
No, you said there's a moral gray area. Now you all are.
Yeah.
Would
Yeah.
either of you want to go on the Traitors?
Yes.
Yeah.
The opportunity has been presented early in the past. I just
Yeah.
couldn't make it work. I hope someday I get the chance, and we, with the show and
That would be great.
Yeah.
our daughter,
I
and,
think it'd
and
be
just
really
like
good.
Yeah.
I hope I get the chance
That
to
would
do
be
it.
so
It'd be a
cool.
lot of fun.
You'd be
Um,
so good.
It'd be so good.
I think I'd be okay. I think I would come in with a little target on my back.
Because it is,
Mm.
yeah. If they're doing it how they've done it in the past, it is like majority of reality TV stars.
Yeah.
And this show, we talk a lot about reality TV.
we've shared some
and
opinions.
Oh, of
I see
course.
maybe
that
made
kind of thing.
some
Yeah, yeah.
enemies
Hi,
along
yeah.
the way
That
that are
makes
mad that
sense.
he called them something.
With love. I was just talking about your character. I didn't have, but you seem lovely in person. And then I think some people think of me as strategic or whatever. And on fan forums for the show, I guess I get brought up as someone who we interviewed Derek from
Mhm.
this season, and he was saying, "Oh, I thought you were going to be on this season, so I kind of
Oh.
looked you up and." yada, yada, yada. And, I thought you were going to be good. So it's like, you don't want really people to know much about you.
Yeah.
Right.
Or have really any opinion of you, especially like your game playing abilities if you have them. But
Yeah,
that being
that's
said, I
true.
always kind of get shocked with the celebrity traitors is like how the gamers don't really kind of get targeted. It's always like
Yeah,
this
it's
year it was
weird.
the
That's true.
housewives. It's
Yeah,
like,
that was weird.
Why are we going after the housewives? And it's like every season they pick at least one gamer to be a traitor.
Yeah.
And you
Yeah.
would think that
That's
the
true.
people there would be like, well, one of these gamers is definitely a traitor. Until
Yeah.
we suss them out, like, let's just keep focusing on them because they're also still the best ones too.
Absolutely.
Everyone else is going
Carolyn-
off vibes.
Carolyn was
exactly.
Yeah.
She was amazing.
She was
Ah.
so good.
her instincts were so good every
well,
time.
And I gotta say, I think I'm a fairly decent people reader, but when we interviewed her and she came in, it was a bit of like a hectic. She landed, and we were leaving LA. She was coming into LA, so it was a
Yeah.
bit hectic. But like, she really keeps you on your toes because she's always fucking with you, and and she obviously has kind of eccentric appearance.
Yeah.
And you're just like, I don't know what to make of the.
Yeah.
You're too busy just trying to learn about Carolyn.
Yeah.
Whether she's a traitor or not a traitor, I can see why she flew under the radar as long as she did.
Absolutely.
She was a great choice.
She was a
Amazing
great
choice.
Bev Hills. Are you guys up to date on Bev
I
Hills?
think so.
I think we are, yeah.
You saw the Sutton on trial at sea.
No,
we
has that
listened-
aired?
That was. I think that was last night.
That was last night.
That was
Oh,
last
it was
night.
last night,
Yeah, it
that's
came on
why.
last night.
Okay.
Well, we were still
right.
on the
Yeah,
UK
yeah.
Traitors last night,
we were
watching
but
Claudia
we've gotten
Winkleman.
everything up to that.
Okay.
So who are some of your favorite like where are we standing with like Dorit and Sutton or Dorit and Kyle? How do you guys see the group these days?
It is interesting how it like shifts over time. Like I've come to really enjoy characters that I had a tough time seeing who they were, but I think anytime someone goes through like a really tough time, like I think Dorit with the break-in and all of those things that like really
Yeah.
and
So
through this divorce,
vulnerable.
it's like it's humanized her in a lot of ways for me. And so I feel sad about the Kyle and Dorit thing because I just feel like they're both in so much pain
Yeah.
and they both, I think, have a hard time talking to their soon-to-be ex-husbands about it. So it's like they come at each other when they could be hugging and crying.
Well, last night's episode, Erica kind of came for Sutton a little bit, and she, when you go back and watch it, it'll be interesting.
Well, because I'm sure y'all saw the whole Sutton comment of like, our wallets don't, like, you need to mess
Yeah.
with someone whose wallet matches.
Yeah, she goes for the jugular.
she
really
does.
She like will go if you're. Yeah, she will just.
Well,
And she
yeah.
comes in ready to go.
Well,
Like,
and that was kind of Erica's gripe. So Erica
Yeah.
kind of she really she owned that.
I love
that
Erica.
moment.
Yeah,
She
she
was-
delivered
was-
it very
Erica
well.
has clearly done a lot of
A lot of work.
and the way that she's like laying things out and being able to step away and take a deep breath and come back. I'm very impressed with it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
she was so I'm excited for you guys to watch it, but she was
Mhm.
so calm and she was just like, so listen, Sutton, I've just kind of noticed
Mm.
that for whatever reason, you seem to come at some of these ladies in the group when they're at their lowest.
Mm.
And then you're as a viewer, you're like, yeah, I guess. And then she was like, well, you kind of did it with me.
Mm.
You did it with Kyle. And now you're doing it with Dorit. And like Sutton just loses it.
Oh, really?
Well, because and then there's this whole like, semantics argument where Erica said like you go
bring
after
women down.
you bring the women down at their lowest. So Sutton's like basically accused
All
Erica
women
of
ever
saying
in
that
the
like
world.
Sutton hates all women or something. And,
Oh
and
my
Erica's like,
gosh.
well, no, here's 3 examples. That's the thing.
Yeah.
She came with like 3 examples, and it was like
Yeah, after the
and that's-
sisterhood
and it makes a lot of
conversation,
sense because
yeah.
like Sutton always seems lovely. Justin's a huge Sutton fan. He gets
I'll defend her to the grave.
yeah.
And what is it? What is it about?
Well, I mean, I based it in like my experience of meeting her.
No, yeah,
like
seems
I
better.
think she's like she'll have a genuine conversation with you even if you are a normal person. And I just take it as she says it how she sees it. Like she's gonna ask the questions people aren't asking.
I will say I got a chance to meet her and she was lovely.
Yeah.
She was very nice and it was that's why I'm always sort of surprised on the show where when she feels attacked, how intense her comments to like it's further than like that hurt my feelings and I want to tell you. It's like I want to hurt you so bad.
Yeah.
She gets like vicious.
And as soon as you say like
vicious,
Sutton, can I? And then you could see her just kind of,
Mm-hmm.
and just
Yeah.
like as soon as you give that note, she's like,
I feel
whatever, and it just
Yeah.
cuts,
Yeah.
and you're just like, well, I was just trying to.
I do feel for her. I feel
Yeah.
I think that comes from a lot of pain as well. But it's such a hard thing to deconstruct. Like Erica has done. When you're
Mhm.
feeling attacked, you can step back, take a deep breath, figure out if you actually are being attacked. But I think
Mhm.
when she feels attacked, she goes into like super fight mode. And if she could like snip that button to response and be able to take a breath and think, is this actually what's happening? I wish that for her, but it is fun to watch.
But Erica really has come a long way. I had always had a hard time with the whole earring controversy.
Oh yeah.
I was like, man, just give them away,
Yeah.
Regardless, for her to be, however they were able to live the lives that they lived back in the day when they lived this life of opulence and luxury, for her to lose seemingly all that,
Yeah.
get this, and again, I'm sure it's a very lovely place and it's in Bev Hills, so I'm sure also probably still really expensive, but just the shift and her to make the most of a completely different lifestyle and a complete, it's hard for anyone. And when a lot of people lose that much, they don't often pick themselves back up and reinvent themselves. And
Yeah,
you got to
it's
give her a lot of
pretty
credit for that.
amazing.
Yeah.
And I also really had a hard time when all of that stuff was happening, when everyone was like, well, of course she knew what he was doing. She's not like in his law firm, like looking over the books.
And
Like,
he definitely didn't seem like the type.
Yeah.
Well, he definitely didn't seem like the type
Yeah.
who at the dinner table was like, honey, let me tell you
I
about all
know,
of my
he's, like,
clients.
So that
much
was supposed to go to
older.
a family of 4, but I thought you would have
yeah,
looked good in
I
these
thought
earrings.
maybe
Yeah,
you need a
yeah.
private jet. Like, and
Well, and
oh, it's so awful.
I've
It's so
also
awful.
seen a lot of rich people who have, they have a certain lifestyle, and when things start to like go wrong, they keep up appearances, and it becomes like a pyramid scheme, and they're borrowing and so I think your much younger wife would be someone that you wouldn't be like, listen, I'm in trouble.
Yeah.
You're like trying to still keep up appearances of, I got you, I can do this, and
Totally.
he was never my favorite, but I
Oh, he was so horrible to her.
I know.
Yeah.
God, she's really come a long way.
She's come a long way. We may never see another. Or what?
I know.
Which makes me a
She
bit
was
sad.
so
Or
she's so still though. She's like a queen. I keep
Oh,
on like
it's amazing, yeah.
studying her. Because she's so like powerful.
Well, I was on Dancing with the Stars with her way back when.
Oh whoa.
And I'm a bit introverted outside of talking for a living. And so is Erica. And she's but
really?
yeah. But like she's tall, she's beautiful.
Mhm.
She like sometimes I will get criticism for being unapproachable or aloof or
Right.
looking like my face looks like a dick. I've been told. And where
man.
Erica can be very intimidating. But
I
when you
can
go up to her and
completely
talk to
agree.
her, she's so nice and chill and cool.
Aw.
But like she is intimidating.
Oh yeah.
In person. And a lot of it is just kind of her quietness, and she's comfortable just kind of sitting in the background.
Well,
Yeah.
And that's
the-
very nerve-wracking for people sometimes.
absolutely.
Yeah.
I think she allows. I feel like I meet someone and I'm like, how can I show you that I'm not a threat? And she's just like, hello. She has like, she doesn't matter what you think of her. She is very like in
it's like,
her
I don't-
body, which is cool.
I don't need to talk to feel awkward.
Exactly.
That's a you problem.
Yeah, exactly. I wish I
that's
had
Erica.
that.
Yeah.
You should try.
I'll try.
Just go, go around being kind of calm and
or
slightly.
what?
Are there any other Housewives franchises you guys enjoy these days?
That's the main
That's
one.
the only one we really watch.
I'm like you. I'm for Kyle. I'm kind of like, she can do no wrong.
That's what I'm like with Kyle too.
Yeah.
I just think she's at least trying, and she's honest, and she's trying to bring people together. And not that she's like never made any mistakes, but I feel like she's a good person and at heart.
I think they're all.
I feel that way too. I think also, I mean, in this episode you'll see, but
Mm.
like Garcelle really is just, she doesn't drop the Morgan weight of it all. And it's like,
Yeah.
But I kind of
It gets
get Garcelle's
exhausting.
point of view. She calls out Sutton
Mhm.
for basically being in Kyle's back pocket. It's like you're this with all the other ladies, but when it comes to Kyle, you always give her a pass.
Mm.
And then there's a moment later in the episode where there's like an example of it where Kyle doesn't have Sutton's back, but Sutton doesn't call her out, but she'll call up the other women.
Oh, right.
I guess I get where Garcelle's coming from because I could never do what these ladies do.
No.
Like
I
the
know.
housewives, like what they give to the audience
It's true.
it's unbelievable.
It's
Do you
crazy.
think they like at there's that cartoon with the wolf and the sheepdog and they like clock out at the end of the day. They like fight all day and then they're like, morning, Fred.
I feel like honestly
they do that.
I feel
like they're
they
friends
have to
afterwards,
remain
or-
sane, right? I
Yeah.
mean, it's like
But
if you
sometimes
just
it's
carried
so
all that.
mean that like how can you be like that was too far or
know.
I mean
Well, talking
you know?
to a lot of housewives, there's real feelings that go outside of
Right.
doing these episodes and these
Mhm.
scenes. I think it's a mix of both. I
Yeah.
think some of them, it's a job.
Right.
But they are human beings, and when someone's just screaming at your face and calling you out, it's
Intense.
It's intense, and
Yeah.
usually I don't think it's reality TV. So the idea is no one's an actor. They're not. It's supposed to be authentic. So you're not like, hey, I'm gonna yell at you in 10 minutes. You
Right.
just come in and you make a decision. You caught that person off guard. But I guess back to the Garcelle of it all, I get it where it's just like, we've been asked to do certain things, and it's just like, no, like.
Mm.
Yeah.
We have the show. We like to share some things about our relationship and our family. We pick and choose, but like we get to decide what
Mhm.
we're comfortable with. And we very much want to protect our relationship. That
Mhm.
matters above all things. And you give up so much control of your life and you are
Mhm.
expected
Yeah.
to talk about these things. And I think
Right.
with some of these ladies, they're just like, yeah, Kyle, she's been there the whole time. She's the OG. She is Beverly Hills
Yeah.
Housewives. When some of them else are kind of forced to talk about things they don't want to, it would be
Yeah.
frustrating to be like, well, come on, Kyle. Like,
Right.
can we just
Yeah.
get to the bottom of this thing that's not even that deep, and you're
Right.
kind of putting it in our faces, but we're not allowed to talk about it. But I got to talk about like why my son or kid or my husband or partner or what rumors or
Right.
it's just like they always have to address these rumors.
But
and a lot of them aren't true.
to Erica's point, she was like, Garcelle keeps coming at Kyle for this Morgan Wade of it all. And it's like,
Mm.
we know nothing about who Garcelle's fucking. It's like Garcelle just like will not let this Morgan. It's she
Mm.
was standing on the side of a stage and Morgan's and Garcelle's like, and what was that all about? You went to a
I know,
concert?
yeah, it is. That is
It
strange.
seems like she just went to a concert.
I mean,
It
yeah.
wasn't like
do
a
what these
picture of them
ladies do.
canoodling.
I mean, I guess that also at the same time, you can't, have a show just be like, everything's pretty good. We've done a lot of work on ourselves. And,
Feeling healthy?
Yeah.
If there is some kind of secret romance, it's a very attractive couple.
I have wound it up on Morgan Wade TikTok
Oh yes.
where it's just people at her concerts and she does Jesse's Girl. She does a rendition of that song and I contemplate my sexuality while
Mhm.
watching. And I understand where Kyle comes from. It all
She's so
makes
cool.
sense.
Yeah,
She's-
she's
She
very
seems so
cool.
cool.
Yeah. Yeah, there's something very very appealing.
Mhm.
I get it.
I
I
get
get
it.
it, Kyle.
I also just like what she unlocks in Kyle. Like
Mhm.
Kyle is having so much fun with her and like feeling, I don't know, just feeling. I don't know. I can't even.
Yeah.
Who knows
She's
what
getting the
they're
tattoos.
doing, but like,
She's
yeah, it's
like,
just, it's like fun and
Yeah.
like life affirming and sweet and
Mhm.
and leave Kyle alone. It's her
Leave
private.
Kyle alone.
Yeah.
So I was asking before we started recording, you guys have not jumped into Temptation Island yet.
No, not.
No.
Is that something we could interest you in? Or is that too kind of smutty?
No, we've gone pretty low. And,
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
we watched Too Hot to Handle.
Oh, yeah.
well,
this
then you
is
need to watch
right up
Temptation
that
Island.
Okay.
alley.
Yeah.
Because this is like that on
steroids.
steroids.
Okay.
It's crazy. It's 4 couples who come in. Some of them, one has been together for 3.5 years.
Okay.
I think the one is like a
And they're
year,
all,
so
like-
it's in between.
Mm-hmm.
It's like 20s, early 30s.
okay.
So-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Later 20s, early 30s.
So it's
Early
more
30s.
of a younger cast.
Right.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Not like my 4 children and I.
yeah.
Just thought we
Who's
would
that?
go
Oh,
on
is
the
this
show.
the
Yeah,
cast?
so those are the 4 couples at the top.
Okay.
And then they sit together as couples as all
Mhm.
of the women, the temptresses, walk by
Oh.
And then they sit there as a couple as the tempters walk by. And then they get to the temptresses and tempters, like, choose the person that they're interested in. So,
Oh,
like, in front of your
Fun,
partner,
this
this beautiful woman in a bikini walks up and like puts a bracelet on Nick and is like, I'm so glad you're here. And you just like watch it. And then they go and move into a house with these.
Well, we love the ultimatum.
Oh, yeah.
So
Yeah.
There's hidden cameras everywhere. It's very much like we have boundaries of like, we will not cross a physical line. And then they're like having shower sex the next scene with one of these two. And then the women go to a bonfire and they watch clips of what their boyfriend has been doing.
Oh, no.
or girlfriend. But usually,
Yeah,
as
the
you
men
might
come, the
suspect,
women
that
come.
the two different islands have two very different vibes.
Yeah.
Like
Can
it's
imagine.
on the man's island with the women temperatures, it's party island.
Yeah, it's
And
whipped
then-
cream,
and then
it's bikinis.
on the women's side, it's like a therapy session of all the girls just kind of talking to all
All
these
their
guys
boyfriends.
about
Yeah.
their boyfriends and kind of like, he just doesn't
Yeah.
listen, like the way I want him to.
Oh,
And he just
my
doesn't
God.
stop having sex with these temperatures.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And then like people like Tyler, when the temptresses were coming out, what did he say? Like in front of his girlfriend.
It was like, oh, that one in that bikini's insane.
What?
Like crazy
God.
stuff.
So are the tempters and temptresses just looking to mess up a relationship, or are they singles looking to be with someone?
So yeah, they give them like confessionals. They allow you to like get to know.
They humanize
these-
them in a
yeah.
good way.
Okay.
In a way that
So they're
makes
not
them-
just there to be like, let me see if I can.
No, they're like, listen, I want to like potentially build a relationship with you. Maybe we could leave this island together and like not your girlfriend of 4 years, but me that you've
Right.
known for 2 weeks. And so yeah, they're all kind of
And then there's others who are like,
I just want to mess stuff up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
just
don't
wanna
know.
see
No
the
one
world
really
burn.
says that, but
Yeah.
they're Brian, his kind of story. His partner Shantae, she's a lovely, calm, seems so down to earth, and just I guess right reasons not to steal anything from the Bachelor. And he is just like, I'm paraphrasing, but he's like, my dick needs to have sex. Is
Not
kinda-
me. This is a
He's
him
just like,
problem.
I want nothing to do with it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but like
I'm on your side.
The way God made me, I need to take care of my guy. Like that's kind of how he talks. Shortly in, he has a threesome in a shower.
Oh.
Mm.
Right after, he's like, "Yeah, didn't regret that." He basically as if he went to check off a box, and
Wow.
and he
Wow.
and this Brian guy, and then there's this Grant guy. They clearly have never had like good role models. I don't think.
Yeah.
And they seem to be very emotionally like stunted and immature.
Yeah.
Where like Grant also had sex with someone, and then in his confessional decided to forgive his girlfriend for I'm not sure what. He's like, I forgive you, and he's talking. He's just like, I'm not a bad guy. I just like
Oh,
as if like the sex
wow.
they're having on Temptation Island is like something they owe to themselves,
Yeah.
and they don't
It's
regret it.
wild.
And it's just the way these guys talk through their bullshit. It's
It's like a microscope into that age of man's brain. and,
Yeah.
like how it works. And you're like, this
in 2025, like
Yeah.
hookup
Yeah.
culture,
Yes.
where it's
and
just
you're
like,
this is crazy. Like you've been with this girl for 2.5 years. You've been away from her for 4 nights,
Oh
and
my
like you're
gosh.
already having sex with someone else, and then you're like, listen, I'm not really sorry, but like I forgive you for all of our like past issues that we've ever had, and like
basically for
love
not
you.
accepting him for who he is.
It's
Wow.
What
What
I-
is happening?
I mean,
A man who just simply loves sex, and like that's all. Just what's so bad about that?
I do feel like some people in this world have to learn life lessons by going on a reality show and having the internet go, no, that's not,
Yeah.
you
Not
gotta,
normal.
Yeah.
I sometimes, and maybe sometimes that doesn't even work, but, yeah, I think you would have to look at yourself if like universally there was like one response. It wasn't like,
Yeah.
oh, there's like split. Like everyone's like, this is
well,
not
and
a
what's
thing.
so crazy is that Brian, one of the temptresses that he's like kept, they kind of like send some of them home. The ones that they're not really connecting with, they send some home, and
But you can keep
and-
multiple temperatures.
yes,
Okay.
yes.
so like after,
So one
after
that-
like a few days, I'm not sure what the timeline is. The host Mark Wahlberg, he's great. named also Mark Wahlberg.
Oh, not
not the
Marky
Mark
Mark.
Wahlberg, but he's
but the other.
so
Mark
Temptation
Wahlberg.
Island actually has been like I season 1 I watched when I was a sophomore in college in 2001.
It's been around. Oh,
and it was
wow.
on Fox, and it's
Long
jumped
time.
around from like I think it was on USA, it was on Peacock for a minute. Now Netflix has it, which is I
Okay.
think
Oh,
a really
wow.
good thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
But he's the same host from like years
Wow.
ago. But he, unlike say like a Chris Harrison or a Jesse Palmer, no
Mhm.
disrespect to them, and maybe the show doesn't ask him
We
to do
love
that.
Jesse Palmer.
Love Jesse
Yeah,
Palmer,
so-
but every once in a while, Jesse comes out and. I don't know if you guys remember. Did you watch Clayton's season when he was like,
Yeah.
"I
Yeah.
love you all," and Jesse
yeah.
comes out, he's like, "Well, good luck," He's just like the Bachelor would come out and just be like, I don't,
Yeah.
I'm really in a lot of trouble here, and Jesse's like, "Yeah,
Yeah, you
well,
sure
well,
are.
I'm excited to see what you do."
Yeah,
And-
yeah.
And Mark is very much like giving like real, genuine advice.
Oh,
Like
wow.
real
That's interesting.
thoughtful, and it's just weird because it's this kind of smutty show where they're doing threesomes, and then in
Mm.
these fireside chats, Mark's like, "So wow, like." That's like some real deep childhood stuff going on here, and they're
Wow.
like, you're like,
God,
wait,
wow.
what show am I watching?
That's like the Jerry Springer effect. I remember I used to like watch that show and just be like, oh, and then at the end he'd be like, you know what, guys, listen, be kind to each other, and like he always had like a Jerry's final thoughts, and they were like pretty profound most of the time.
What did that chair he threw?
Yeah, exactly. You
Oh my
didn't stop
God.
any of those fights, but you're right, Jerry.
Let
We
me
should
ask
be
you
nice to
guys
each
a
other.
question. If someone said to someone, well, maybe you said to your wife, you're just
Mhm.
like, "There's only one Jason, and there's only one Melanie." Would you find what would that mean to you?
Like if in the context of
Like you've been around a bunch of temptresses the whole time, and like you wanna,
You sent a video.
oh,
Oh, and
and you're like,
say I was on the other island and I
Mhm.
get this video from Jason.
mhm.
And he goes, "I just want you to know there's only one Jason, and there's only one Melanie."
So annoying.
Thank you.
So annoying.
The
Because they
guy-
were like, "Wow, that's really romantic on that show," and I'm like, "I don't even know what that means."
Well, I mean,
Like-
also his name was Lino, and I don't know a lot of Linos.
So yeah, I was like,
maybe
maybe
There
they're
probably
really
is only one
legitimately
Lino.
Lino.
Probably only one.
yeah,
But
yeah.
her name is Alexa.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
That's pretty
multiple.
common.
Many.
yeah.
So okay, I didn't understand. So it's because so you're talking about someone who talks about themselves in the third person,
I guess,
which is always
but like it
the-
just like he said it like it was so profound, and I'm like, well, first I don't know. I mean, I guess, but huh? Like a,
Mhm.
but if so, like, did you have sex with someone else or not? Like,
My
Yeah.
point is, there's
Yeah.
only one.
And when I did, it wasn't as good as it is with you. So
Oh my
there's only one of you.
God.
Yeah,
You
it's
know,
only one of you.
like,
it is a crazy show, and I feel like my jaw is just dropped the entire show because you're like, oh my god, these people! How are you doing
it
this?
moves fast. So if you guys
Wow.
are, I know you guys have a lot of TV to catch up on.
that,
We
is- that
do.
does sound
It
interesting.
does sound really interesting.
Mhm.
Some of these shows
If you liked Ultimatum,
we
Yeah.
do like the ultimatum, but we like the ultimatum because it's like some of these shows, people's like fixation on bodies. It's like they don't know anything about people other than what they look like, and then people are like, "Oh, my type. Like that's not my type." And it's like, who has such a specific type when you don't you need to know things about people? I feel so scared for like the world sometimes because it's like the things that make you fall in love with a person. Like people that I've been with, it's like all over the map.
Mhm.
Like nobody looks like each other. It's so strange to have like a type, I think, and
They-
stick to it so religiously.
When they say it, like right when they meet someone, they're like,
Yeah.
"You're just so my type."
You're my
like,
type, and they're like, "Oh, thank you
It's
so
like
much."
your blonde extensions and
Yeah.
like your big
Yeah.
fake boobs are just really my type.
But that's what it is.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
distilling people down to like not even just bodies, but like body parts, parts of a body that you find appealing. And then the humanity is like stripped away. And of course, like men like that are going to go on a show and be like, well, I get to fuck whoever I want because there are body parts that are
Mhm.
appealing to me. And I'm used to these other body parts. And it's
Yeah.
like this, I don't know, it just feels like the death of like empathy and feeling. And,
And people
I don't
get
know if we wanted
so-
to go.
People get
here
so
necessarily,
like
but-
detailed on. It's like, well, my
Mm.
type is blue eyes,
I know.
Yeah.
so no green eyes at all.
Yeah, even though you have green
Ever.
eyes, I'm
Yeah.
finding you attractive. It's so weird. It's like, what's happening?
yeah, thanks for really like
Yeah.
listening to me and paying attention to what I said. But like,
Yeah.
it's not my.
Yeah, exactly. Wow, we're really connecting, but different hair colors. So sorry.
It's not gonna work
Yeah.
for me.
I'm just more of a.
So
Yeah.
strange to me.
And then you feel bad because, like, again, what was what's her name? Brian's lady,
Shantae.
Shantae. She comes across as such
memory.
like a
No, I just was feeling for Shantae.
well. She
What a
you,
horrible-
oh my
you
god, you're gonna
do. You
feel
really do.
if you watch it. Because she just seems like such a good person.
Yeah.
And he seems like the exact opposite. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, it's edited, so
Yeah.
you don't know. But what we're seeing of Brian is not
It's
great,
trouble.
and he lacks kind of any empathy for her and any kind of thought that his decisions will impact her whatsoever. And it's just so hard to see her. But I am, because I see this a lot in real life in dating culture, where it's like you see this person and you're like they seem smart and put together and self-aware and have everything else going in their life.
Yeah.
And then you meet who they're dating.
Yeah.
And they're
I
just
know.
like, and they treat them terribly. And then she'll say things like, but I just love them so much. And I'm like, what exactly
Yeah.
about them
People are
do you
so
love? Like, what about
mysterious.
how, I always love to ask people, like, what do you love about how they make you feel? That when you ask people that question, their eyes go, it's like their brain breaks because they never thought of it in those contexts about like,
Yeah.
how I feel. Oh,
Right.
because it's like, well, it sounds like you've been miserable for like, I don't know, like a period of time, or like maybe a year. And I'm like, well, what do you mean you love? Because like, it sounds like you're confused and upset and hurt constantly, but like, it's, you see that people struggle with that. They just like, they decide they love someone, probably maybe early in the relationship or whatever. And then they just kind of, the love that they have seems more based off of just like time invested. In a way.
I mean, yeah. I think also sometimes like you get to know somebody and you know their story and you know what trials and tribulations they came through, and so then you make excuses for the behavior that comes from that because you're like, oh, but I see their little child, like I see what's going on, but there's no expectation to have them grow or be better. You're not sort of seeing that daily you're getting this behavior towards you. And I also think sometimes it's easier to have a clear bad guy in the relationship. If you're both really trying, then you're both going to be the bad guy at different times, and that's uncomfortable for people. It's much easier for some people to go meet with their friends and complain.
Yeah.
But also, it's also a lot less scary to have your own negative self-belief reinforced back to you than it is to believe in your own goodness and worth. And people just fall into traps where they don't feel good about themselves. They're with someone who makes them feel worse. And it's just like a cycle. They're just like, well, this makes sense to me. This works with my brain because that's what I'm already telling myself.
Right. Yeah. And they feel like, also some people feel like, well, that's true. Anybody being nice to me is someone wanting something from me, but someone being mean to me, that's real. I can count on that.
Sure.
Which is a sad,
Yeah.
Well, you guys are also in some really cool and exciting shows. You obviously are in Yellow Mirror.
Yeah, and I'm on Temptation Island.
Yeah,
on the new season.
Oh my
yeah,
gosh.
yeah. I didn't tell
Episode
you
10. She
for
comes in at
reasons.
the last second.
Yeah.
She's the final
As a
temptress.
temptress?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
The temptress.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, good
Yeah.
luck. Good luck,
So-
guys.
Yeah. She's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
Matlock's a lot of fun.
Oh, thanks.
It's just fun to see you in out there and like blowing up, and it's just it's been great to see. And then obviously Yellow Jackets is a huge hit. How many
it's doing
seasons
the-
now is it on?
3. The third season is airing right now.
How do you guys manage, your busy lives, your love for watching TV together, working,
Being parents.
being two working parents, but also very, very, very family oriented? How do you guys all make that work?
I mean, it's definitely, I think, we both want to make it work. And when we first got together, there's sort of an element of spontaneity that you can just sort of do, like, oh, I have a job and it's over in this country, so
Come with me.
Yeah.
And and you can even do that for the first couple years with your child. But once they get into school, we had a sense that when our daughter started kindergarten that we wanted a little
Sure.
bit more stability. And
Yeah. So Matlock has been such a gift because it films here. So
Yeah.
when I was doing Yellow Jackets and Jason was filming, I was going back and forth to Vancouver, and sometimes I would go up and do a day and come back,
she came back.
So it's a
all
lot.
the
I came back every chance I got. And most of the older cast is doing that because a lot of us have kids. So there's not a lot of like hanging out together time.
Yeah.
It's nice when you do get to.
How's Vancouver? Do you like filming in Vancouver?
Yeah, it's really nice. Yeah. Yeah.
We've never been.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
A lot of great playgrounds. It's really good for
Oh.
kids. A lot
Yeah.
of great
Is
kids
it really
stuff.
rainy there?
Yes.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm from New Zealand, so
Oh.
used to it.
Does your daughter have a New Zealand accent or an American accent?
On some words.
Really?
Yeah.
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 She
That's
definitely.
funny.
I didn't notice it at first, but then all of a sudden I heard you say something, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, that's how."
Yeah.
How cool.
Also, when you hear other little kids talk and they just fully have an American accent,
Yeah.
she doesn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, she has a little
Oh,
accent.
that's sweet.
And she's
I-
also lived in so many different places since she was born. So
she's so cool.
she
Especially
is.
like the sound,
so
like
sweet.
or like for or something like that. She says it much more like
Yeah, 4.
yeah.
Horse.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like, I remember when my niece was, I don't know, 3, maybe 4, and she was, Peppa Pig was everywhere. And
Oh,
she had her
yeah.
British
Oh,
accent
cute.
for a while,
Yeah.
like copying
Cute.
Peppa Pig. So,
Getting to know you, Jason, it feels like you are a very involved father. Like you guys seem like very much like a team, and Nally and I very much try to emulate that and do that. Because what I've learned being a dad early on is that, especially for dads and maybe even some parents, but like I think there's a lot of people who want to have kids,
Yeah.
you know, and just like, hey, I want to be a dad someday. But then I think there are people who like love being parents,
Yeah.
you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel very lucky. Nally and I talk about this a lot. That I feel very lucky that we're with two people who like we love being parents,
Yeah.
and we love like
mhm.
you know sharing the responsibilities of raising her because like we like it, you
Yeah,
know. And I
yeah.
feel very fortunate. I think we both feel very fortunate. And I just from a very far, because I don't know you guys that well, and I see interviews and your social medias, but you guys seem like you both together as a team really enjoy being a family, being a team, being parents. It's just really fun and inspiring to see because like you don't see that all the time. And as a couple that very much tries to emulate that, it's really nice and fun to see.
I thank you. That's very nice. I feel very
Are
lucky.
you going to cry?
No. No.
I cry all the time, Jason.
I do cry all the time. No, I think it's I mean, we talk about all the time how, it's a lot of work and it's a lot of fun, but it's also a lot. And so, you would want, the luckiest thing would be to be with someone who also wants to be a parent as much as you do.
Mhm.
Like that, it's such a,
Can't imagine doing it with someone who's like, oh God, that's so annoying. It's
yeah,
like,
I never wanted
Yeah.
something like
You
yeah.
want me to bathe her tonight? Come on.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. That
It's
kind
like
of
a
stuff.
kind of this thing that's going around is like, I'm so happy that I picked someone who wants to be a husband and a father versus someone who wants a wife and babies. And it's such
I
like
like
a-
that.
Oh, right.
telling,
Yeah, that's,
you
yeah,
know.
exactly.
No, there's definitely a difference
'Cause there's
And
a-
I never thought
Yeah.
about it until I was a dad.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh,
There's,
yeah.
yeah. You don't want someone like if I was like, oh, her daughter,
Yeah.
so bizarre.
Well, even sometimes like people will be like, oh, my husband's babysitting tonight. And it's like, he's not babysitting.
Just with his
You're not
kid.
paying him to do it. He's
Yeah.
parenting like you would. Like
Yeah.
you wouldn't say, I'm babysitting tonight.
Right.
It's interesting.
It is funny to see the reactions to like a single dad at the park versus like
There's
like,
always like a
oh wow,
Yeah.
you're here. Like,
Yes.
I sometimes I just take my daughter to the park.
And then you
big
see a
deal.
mom like nursing a baby, pushing one in a stroller with
Mm.
like 4 dogs
And they're
on
like,
like
yeah,
a
thank you.
leash.
Keep doing what you're
doing.
And they like
But look
shut
at
the
this
door in front of her
guy.
face.
I know.
Yeah.
And someone has to point out what she's doing wrong.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
have a celebrity friend who was talking about, they're also active parents. And when he takes their kids to school, he's treated like people are just like, oh my God.
Yeah.
You're here to
So-
drop off?
But
Yeah,
when she
yeah.
brings to school, and they're a celebrity couple like you guys, and it's just like, oh, yeah, sure, mom brought the kids to school.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like the
exactly.
double
crazy.
standard is
Yeah.
always kind
So
of like
funny.
this weird thing.
It's yeah.
You need more people like us, Jason.
I know. Somebody said to me someone was like, Jason does drop off a lot. And I was like, yeah. Why do we need to have a further
What?
conversation? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not like, I'm so grateful. It's like, yeah.
Yeah.
He does. He's,
does his part.
yeah, I am so grateful.
And
And
I'm
we tell
grateful
each other
too,
that we're
but it-
grateful for,
Yeah, yeah.
but like normalize.
It's like we did both sign up for this.
Yeah.
So we are
Right,
both
exactly.
doing just our part,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's anyways,
Yeah.
it's fun to have
It's
a
really
Sorry,
I'm
we're
happy for
healthy.
you guys. Yeah.
I know.
Healthy couples.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
I just can't imagine doing it with somebody who's not as invested.
I remember my mom, she was like, whenever I told her about Nick, she was like, I'm just so grateful that he like has never been married or hasn't had children before, because she married my dad after he had 3 kids. And she was like, you know, the first time I was pregnant, I was like, oh my God, the baby kicked. And she would say, my dad would be like, cool. Because like he had been through it so many times. So like nothing was like as exciting as it was for her. And she was like, I'm so excited that you have someone who's just like equally on
Go
that.
through the,
go through it all together.
After River was born, her mom was very graciously there to help. And like the first couple days, she was looking, I kept noticing her being like, because I was just like involved.
He was like cleaning my breast pumps and would like get them charged, and she was just like, "This is crazy."
Yeah, I mean,
Cleaning the
like
breast
another
pumps.
generation.
It's the worst
92
job.
parts.
Yeah.
The
I got
worst
real
job.
good at it. I was also a very good swaddler.
Oh yeah, I was a good
Oh,
swaddler
yeah.
too.
I think some of the stuff that I like,
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe it's just like there's certain things we can't do the way
Mhm.
mom can.
Right, of course.
And I feel like all the things that I could do that, like, you know, whether it's cleaning pumps or swaddling, it's like, I'm going to dominate this task.
I saw recently someone, this older guy, he said his kids were like in college now, but he was like, one piece of advice I could give to parents with young children is like, make everything a game. Like everything that you do, like you're sitting at a diner and you like do like blind taste tests of the syrup. Like you just like make everything that you do this just like fun game, so that like they will, I think it was talking about like not needing screens or whatever, but it was just like a fun way to think of like involving your kids in everything you do. Like instead of distracting them, you involve them and like you give them, you know, it's a cool.
That is a cool.
How do
that
you
still
guys
works on me.
manage screen stuff? Because that is something that makes us, you know, we don't have to worry about it now. She's so young.
Yeah. You know, we try to limit it, but she also, I think the key is that like we talk about it with her, and you know, it's not just like she's not just sort of zoned out, and also she still loves going outside and going to the park. And if there was ever a moment where it was like tantrum because I just need more iPad, then I would feel like, oh, we've gone too far.
But we do other things with her that are fun.
Mhm.
So she wants to do the other things.
Yeah.
Like she wants to play, she wants to draw, she wants to do a puzzle, she wants to go somewhere, you know. So I think you have to give them other options.
Yeah.
Otherwise, of course, they're going to want to
Natalie
be.
taught you how to be excited about everything. Now, River, anything new we present, she goes, ooh.
Oh,
That
it's
is
so
so
cute.
Because we just started doing that to anything new. We're like, oh, wow. And now she just mimics anything new.
Yeah,
Every hand
there's a
we're
lot
brush,
of-
she goes, ooh. It's literally the
It's
best.
so cute.
Sweet.
Oh
my
Well, we
gosh.
know you guys have to get going, and we thank you for your time. It was just fun to catch up with you
Yeah,
guys.
yeah,
and,
it's so fun.
Hear about what's up with you guys and all your fun projects. Anything you guys want to plug before we let you go?
Yellow Jackets is coming out every Friday with new episodes, I think, unless there's a break.
I don't. I think so. I don't know. Yes, Friday.
Fridays, yeah.
Fridays.
Right? Yeah. And then Matlock is on
Good job.
Thursdays, but not these next 2 Thursdays.
no.
There's 3 episodes left starting on April 3rd, and it's like they're
Very
3 really
exciting.
great ones. Yeah.
Anytime I was homesick growing up, I was like hoping a Matlock episode was
no,
on.
that's
back in the
awesome.
day.
Yeah,
so it's
yeah,
like
yeah.
so nostalgic to see it back on. And
It's
it's
so
great to have
good.
you be a
It's
part
such
of
a
it,
good
man.
show.
It's so much fun.
It's-
I'm having a great time.
It's great, man. Well, it's congratulations to all your guys' success, and it's great to catch up with you guys. And
Yeah.
thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having us.
having us.
It's so nice.
Being on the go and wanting to stay healthy are hard things to maintain, but with Symbiotica, it is so easy.
Well, guys, you know I've been on a bit of a wellness kick in 2025, and it's been helping because Symbiotica has been by my side throughout the whole experience. And part of my health journey has been making sure I get the right nutrients in my body, and Symbiotica helps me do that because they have vitamins and supplements that are clean and not filled with some of the harmful additives that you find in so many of the alternatives. One of my personal favorites is the magnesium L3. Not only is the vanilla cream flavor delicious, but the travel size packet is helping boost brain power, balance mood, and calm the central nervous system while also improving memory. It's definitely one of my daily go-to supplements. Also, people, listen, we know when you get any type of kind of vitamin routine, especially if you travel, if you're on the go, it's very easy to like just kind of get off that routine because of, maybe there's multiple bottles and things like that. Well, Symbiotica makes these wonderful little travel packs.
They're so easy to throw in your purse and you just take one out and you like suck it out of the little pouch. They taste good. It's easy to do. Symbiotica is wellness made simple. Go to symbiotica.com/VIALL for 20% off and free shipping. That's symbiotica.com/VIALL to claim 20% off plus free shipping.
Symbiotica is as clean as it gets. No CDLs, preservatives, or artificial junk. Just high quality, real ingredients that actually do something for you.
Are you sick of using over-the-counter chemical-filled medicine? Are you looking for all-natural alternatives for day and night cough syrups to soothe a scratchy throat or maybe a non-drowsy, non-habit-forming nasal spray to ease your seasonal symptoms? Beekeepers Natural has made it their mission to reinvent the medicine cabinet. Beekeepers Naturals merge modern science and natural medicine to create clean, effective products that actually work. With their hero ingredient, propolis, the medicine of the beehive, Beekeepers Naturals delivers antioxidants, vitamin C, iron, B vitamins, and uniquely beneficial compounds that support immune health.
A powerful combination of plant, tree, resin, and enzymes made by bees. Propolis defends your immune system, supports full body health, and fights oxidative stress with antioxidants.
Listen, there's nothing worse than waking up and feeling congested in your nose. I feel it all the time because I have really bad allergies, and their nasal spray is so good. Its propolis reduces the histamine response, combats irritation for eyes, nose, throat, and defends against germs on the spot.
And we hate it when we have a cold and we're coughing, congestion, and like honestly, like it just kind of some of the alternatives are a little scary out there, but it really sucks when you have a cold and you need to kind of suppress that cold. Well, their day and night cough syrups work, and the stuff in there is clean and non-toxic.
Today, Beekeepers Natural is offering you an exclusive offer. Go to beekeepersnaturals.com/VIALL or enter code VIALL to get 20% off your order. That's BEEKEEPERSNATURALS.com/VIALL or enter code VIALL.
I just love Jason and Melanie. I've always been a big fan of Jason's. For those of you guys don't know, like Jason's dad, like a legend.
Three's Company.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which I actually saw John Ritter, for those of you guys who don't know, sadly passed away many years ago. And and then Jason, has been in the biz for a while, and it's been fun to see him become more and more successful. Obviously, we know Melanie's been in so many things.
I feel like anytime you turn on a movie or a TV show, it's like, oh my God, there's Melanie Lynskey. It's like she's in just everything.
Oh, she's a great character actor.
Yeah.
I always forget she has an accent because she's so good
I
that it's just like,
know.
oh yeah, you're not from here, are you?
That's what I said to her. Yeah.
No, it's wild. I hope they do watch Temptation Island.
I'm like so sad. I think I only have like 2 episodes left.
How would you feel? I know you've been in love for a while, and but let's say you had some random hookup sex, and
Oh my God.
then he called you cute afterwards.
No, adorable.
Adorable.
Yeah, no. There's a lot of things that I must have done. And if adorable is it, like a pat on the head, like good job, babe.
I don't ever want to hear the word adorable and me associated in the same sentence.
Who said this?
Grant, whenever he wrote his
Okay.
letter to Natalie, he was like, you're so cute and adorable. And it was like, we were just fucking in the shower like last night and now I'm adorable.
Well, because Tyler also said dear, and I think about that pretty often. I'm like, what is the language we're using here?
Times have changed.
No,
Yeah.
well, he also in his letter to Natalie said, I yearn for you. And so
Grant wrote that. And
Yeah.
I guarantee you he wrote that and go, this is good. This is real good.
Ooh, I cringed a little. Nice.
yearn.
He's like, what's a big word I could use?
They like Pride and
Yearn.
Prejudice. He's like, I am Jane Austen.
I am Mr. Darcy.
Yeah.
Dear.
Like Grant is a perfect example of tall privilege, because the confidence that man has,
Truly.
and I'm just not sure where else he's getting that confidence other than the fact that he seems to be like 6'3", 6'4",
He's attractive too.
You think? I don't.
They're all attractive, this cast.
Do you think Grant is like?
I think he's conventionally attractive, yeah.
Okay.
Not
He
for
seems like
me.
the type of guy that can go out and get what he wants.
Yeah, exactly.
He acts as if he's never been told no. He lacks. I don't think him and they look like they haven't had no role models.
Who? Him and who?
Most of the guys.
Okay.
Well, because they're all just operating with such like low character traits. It's like, how have you never had someone be like, hey, that's actually not how you treat someone that you would say that you love?
It was like the Breon explaining his like cheating, being like, well, this is what's happening here, but like it's not real. And it's like, bro, you guys are going to leave together, and what you did here not only exists in real life, but it is filmed to replay to show how little you fucking cared. So it's just like the idea that you think that these are two separate ideas of like, oh, I can hook up in Fantasy Island.
I do wonder if there's like a part of them that maybe they talked about before where it was like, hey, if I can get it to happen where I can have a threesome, like.
No way. You would think so, but her reaction to finding out.
I think it obviously would be hard for anyone to watch, but I feel like the way that he was just talking about it so openly and he's like, listen, no, like I don't need to go in that tent. Like I'm here to show everything. I don't need to hide anything. Like I'm here to be open and honest. It seemed very much like, I know she's going to forgive me. I don't regret that. This is what I can't,
Well, but that's what I find so sad about that situation. And I think there's a lot of relationships out there where one person just knows they just have to like wear that other person out, like Shantae, like they did the video and then they had the fireside chat and like she like steps away and it's like they both know they're gonna like I think they're gonna end up together. I think Shantae and Brianne leave together as a couple because the energy they give is it's like it's like he knows he's in the doghouse now, but he doesn't give a fuck. He's not worried at all about her like saying I'm done with you. It's like he knows. It's like he's just not worried. And even her, she acts like she's hurt, she's upset, she can't believe he did this, but there's really no like I'm done with this. It's more like she steps away to figure out how can I process this and get through it. And it's like you can tell there's like this unspoken understanding between them, which is what I think you're kind of referring to, but I don't think it's like a pact or an actual understanding. It's like this unspoken thing where he just knows that he has all the power and control in this relationship. And so when he decides to have a threesome because like he's never had one yet and this is the perfect opportunity to do it, he just doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I mean, Grant, I feel like that's the difference in Grant and Ashley is that she at least is kind of like, fuck this guy, like she kind of came into Temptation Island being like, right away, being like, he's too cocky, he's kind of a piece of shit, whatever. Maybe he's followed through. But his ability to just be like, I love you. And I still like, it's like now that he's had sex, he's like ready to love her again.
But
like he did her a favor.
But because she didn't send a video back, he's ready to invest in Natalie. But if she would have sent a video back, then like he probably still would have left with Ashley, but would have hooked up with Natalie a few more times before they left.
I mean, like Grant and Brianne it is all about them. It is everything about their relationship is about how they feel about anything, and that's really all that matters. Like they
well, and that's what Amaya said whenever she was like, I'm declining your date because you like the way you're operating is I'm like not down for that. And I give her so much props for being able to be like, I know this is like technically my role here, but I'm not down with the way that you're treating her.
Yeah, like I wish that Shantae kind of, especially seeing like another woman say that to your long-term partner, that's where it'd be like, if she can't even do it in a week, what am I doing?
Right.
I think the only positive thing Brianne thinks about women is that they're useful.
For threesomes till the birds come chirping.
Like I don't I think a lot of times we'll say things like, oh, he hates women or she hates men or whatever. And I think sometimes it's a little generalized because like maybe someone's fighting with a partner and they act mean, but he really just the way he's treating the whole all the temptresses and his it's very objectification. It's very like
the way he had that threesome and then like got in the bed, didn't say anything to him,
like let him leave,
let one of them kicked one out. Courtney, she had a threesome and she got booted early.
Oh yeah,
kicked her off the show.
Yeah.
It's like, and he goes, yeah, she's cool, but I'm good.
And then whenever Amaya, before she declined the date, is like sitting on the bed with him and they're having that conversation, she's like, you know what? Like, I don't feel comfortable having this. And she like gets up and he's like, people are so fucking weird, man. It's like, huh?
And weird. She can still hear you.
Yeah. And she like, what?
When we're watching Shantae, she just looks like this is a good person. This is a cool person. Like she's grounded. But he is on fucking Mars.
No, even after the threesome, he does his interview and he's like, well, maybe we'll see if we can get Amaya and one of the other girls in bed next.
Yeah,
and it was
Angel.
Yeah, and it was just like, you have no remorse. You do not feel bad. And then he sits there being like, okay, well, now that it's time for me to probably get back with my girlfriend, like, I just know I want to be the man that she expects me to be. It's like,
it's gross.
I can't help but be kind of happy for Tyler and Kay. They're kind of adorable. You're not? I think Taylor has the potential of sometimes being a little Karen-ish.
I didn't love the like he has bitch tendencies and like I'll say that to his face. Like I'll say that till the day I die or like whatever her little.
You know what? And that, like watching Taylor, it reminded me just like how many I think how many ladies out there are looking for useful idiots. And I think if you're a lady out there dating a man, if you treat your guy or think of him as kind of a useful idiot, he's going to eventually hate you. That's a recipe for resentment. And I think there's a difference between like giving your partner shit and fucking with each other. But when you start like rolling your eyes and like everything that comes out of their mouth is either stupid or dumb or why did you say that? And they're just like essentially useful idiots to you.
Everything they do annoys you.
Yeah. And I think that like sitcoms, it's always like smart mom, useful idiot husband, you know? And I think a lot of our, you know, quite honestly, sitcoms we grew up on were kind of gave that vibe. And I think there's a lot of relationships out there where like the man in the relationship is thought of as kind of a useful idiot. And that is like a number one way, I promise you ladies, that your husband's going to hate you if he doesn't already. It's kind of the same way if like the other way around. If you treat your, you know, for the men, if you treat your spouse just like a constant, you know, nag or whatever, resentment is probably the number one thing that leads to an end of a relationship. And just like, yeah, like Tyler obviously has his flaws. And like, I do think he's very inexperienced. He comes across as someone who really blossomed in his 20s. Like,
well, he said he had only had one relationship prior to Taylor, right?
Well, no,
and
he got married. He got married like as a teenager and then like met Taylor to basically get out of that marriage. And so like, here's a guy who's kind of really hasn't lived some real life. So I kind of cut him a little slack. I think Tyler is a good soul. You know, not perfect and definitely maybe does or says things he shouldn't say, but he seems like a good one.
It is hard though to watch these couples like crack in just days. It's like, come on.
I will give Kay credit though that I was like I'm just going to make him take me to his room so then he can start envisioning me in his room or something. And I was like, that is some psychology 101. You did the studies.
Yeah.
And it proved to work. Well, something that excited me yesterday, I really had a craving for Taco Bell, so I ordered it last night. And I don't know if you are following Taylor Frankie Paul, but she posted a while back on TikTok that she goes to Taco Bell, gets a Baja Blast, and then brings it home and makes it dirty by adding coffee creamer to it. Well, genius.
That sounds insane.
Oh, it's so good, and they do it with the frozen slushy version of it. I had it last night. Mind blown. But she has a collaboration with Taco Bell. So it is like for her. And they gave her an award for that she has the menu hack of the year. And she received that over the weekend. And let me tell you, it was game changing for me. I love the Baja Blast.
How do I get a collaboration with Chick-fil-A?
You kind of have to start posting your obsession with Chick-fil-A.
Or like do your own, like, what do you add to yours? What do you take off? Like, what's the sauce? What's the recipe? And then maybe get your own sandwich, like get Natalie's way.
Right.
DM
okay,
the brand.
But they're kind of problematic.
Yeah, 100%.
Well,
yes, definitely.
Yep.
Yes, definitely.
Just want to point it
They
out.
are. No, they are.
I think they're overrated chicken sandwiches, by the way, but that's just.
I'm also convinced that Taco Bell is owned by stoners because I'm like, everything that comes on their menu just makes me think that it's like somebody just sat there and was like, what if we made a taco out of Doritos?
Yeah.
Like, it's just such high food.
They'll put cheese on cheese. I don't eat Taco Bell, but I see those photos and I'm like,
Like, you know what? We're going to do a Mexican pizza, but then we'll do a crunch wrap. And what if we put the tortilla around the Mexican pizza? Crunch wrap supreme.
Crazy.
I'm sorry. Food for stoners by stoners.
That's true.
Tell me I'm wrong.
And I don't even like Taco Bell that much, so I don't have a problem. Up next, we have a very hilarious comedian. Ari Shaffir is with us. He's got a new Netflix special out called America's Sweetheart. If you like some dark comedy and giggle about things that feel a little naughty, you are in for a treat, because that is what's up next.
Oh my God, it's actually really long. Your one sheet.
Oh, it got me thinking.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know.
You're so talented. You've done so much in your life. How old are you? 100?
Yeah, the question is, what are you passionate about? It's like,
I gotta say thank you, by the way. Like, you really took the time.
That's a good question.
It wasn't meant to be homework.
It was a good
like,
question. It got me thinking on the plane, and I was like,
what am I passionate
what do I
about?
care
Do I
about
give a shit
in the
about
world?
life? Or?
Yeah. I was like, should I pull the ripcord in this plane and just get out of here? Have any value?
That's funny. All right. Ready?
Yeah.
Everyone? Okay.
I kind of feel like we already started. That was funny.
Yeah. What's one thing people don't think you guys are passionate about that you are? I'll start. Hi, guys. Welcome to the Viall Files.
What is one thing that you're passionate about that people don't think that you are?
No, I'm asking you.
Mine is people not walking on a sidewalk when there's a sidewalk to walk on.
It's frustrating. The bikers, especially, when they have their own dedicated bike lane.
Yeah.
Ooh, I got one for you.
Yeah.
And it's specifically against comedians, not you specifically.
Oh my God.
I love it.
Perfect.
Nobody hates comics more than comics. So, yeah.
And I'm definitely more like, I kind of like that. I feel like culturally, not to trigger anyone, I feel like we're allowed to be a little more funny these days. You know, you have some dark humor, some raunchy humor.
Almost all.
Yeah, it's real. I quite enjoy it.
Thanks.
But like, listen, you know, comedy, it's an art form, you know?
Yeah.
And as I've been told by comics, but every once in a while.
Such a lead up. I want to hear
every once in a while. Every once in a while. There might
ugly.
be people online or people in podcasts like maybe critiquing a comment or just being like, I didn't find that funny.
Uh-huh.
And then some comics will be like, you know, I'm a comic, right?
Babies. They're such
and
babies.
I'm just like, I don't give a, yeah, I know you're a comic. And I guess I didn't, first of all, didn't know that was a joke.
Right.
Sorry. And I guess I didn't know everything you say falls under the category of I'm fucking joking. And they take themselves real too seriously.
Oh, they're such babies.
I'll tell you.
Like, it's okay.
I'll tell you who I'm talking about after we get done recording.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's smart.
Watch him be
Keep
like,
the drama down.
That's my favorite person ever.
Yeah.
We already triggered them.
We're dating.
So
you know where comics fucked up is that they said like we're just joking, and then they got super serious and political, and then the audience like, well, how do I know when you are joking?
Literally.
What? Yeah.
And then it's always like, is if they ever get it like criticism, it's, but I'm a comic.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay.
I prefer like in a live show when somebody leaves angry, like you suck, and they leave, and you just kind of watch them go. I mean, they're not wrong. Anyway, let's get back to it. Yeah. It's like, I mean, your opinion's fine.
You're right. In the way that some celebrities hold on to their humanity.
Yeah.
And how most lose it.
Yeah.
Like, and you give an example. Chappell Roan telling fans that they need to leave her alone at the supermarket versus Taylor Swift breaking up with her boyfriend because dumb fans got worked up over a joke.
You remember that
about
one?
someone else's fake stage name.
I don't remember the Taylor Swift one.
Taylor Swift was dating the guy from 1979.
Oh,
Matt.
yes.
And he made a joke on a podcast that's not around anymore, Mullen and Stavros' podcast, about Ice Spice. And he was like, oh, is she like an Eskimo rapper? But she's not. He just called herself Ice Spice. So
and she broke up with
the internet was like, that's, I guess, racially insensitive. But he's like, she's not that. Like, I don't know, whatever. And then they went out, and then Taylor Swift's like, yeah, I'm all a product. So
you're out.
Yeah, you're out. I'll just date
Travis
a
Kelce.
different product. Yeah.
Travis
To get
Kelce.
bigger. Yeah.
Immediately
and it's
after.
like, yeah, immediately after.
Yeah.
So you love Chappell Roan being like, I'm not.
Yeah, like leave me alone. I'm
Don't.
not working. You get me when I'm on stage, and you get my music. And then like I'm a human, like because she just got famous, so she's like hasn't been removed from her humanity
But
yet.
she went to 0 to 1,000,000. She got so
Like
famous.
that.
Yeah.
So she's still living in her head in that like I'm just a normal person world.
Who wasn't recently? Was it like Scarlett Johansson? I think maybe that's wrong, but was like, I only take photos with fans in professional settings. Like, I will not take a photo with a fan if I'm just like getting a coffee
That's pretty good.
because I don't want people to know like where I am in the like. It was like
Mhm.
you don't deserve
I get it.
to.
Like Billie Eilish still lives at home with her parents in the house she grew up in.
Dork.
Move out.
And get an apartment at least. You can afford a 1-bedroom. If I can,
A
you
studio.
can. Yeah. Get some cabinet space, lady.
Why aren't you watching reality TV? I feel like it would be really good. Like,
Because I'll get
It's
hooked.
good material.
Yeah.
It's the same
Yeah.
reason I
Good
don't do like fantasy football. It'll be all my time. I watched one season of Survivor and I was like, I couldn't turn it off.
Yeah.
It's so hard. It's fine. I do like it. It's trash, but
Yeah.
like it's fun trash. Like it's like Fast and Furious.
So-
at this point. It's like
Are you America's sweetheart?
I am. I'm the nicest guy in America.
Okay.
Yeah.
How did you come up with that title for your special?
Because everybody hates me. So, but I'm trying to get people to stay positive.
Do you think everyone hates you?
No, but I
Okay.
try to go dark. So
You do go dark.
yeah.
Yeah.
So sometimes people are like, what a terrible person.
Did you get much heat for that COVID joke?
Which COVID one?
Which one?
You talked about everything has a silver lining,
Yeah.
like COVID.
Oh yeah. And
And you're like, some people died, but some of them are.
some of them were complete. complete cunts. Yeah, some of them are fucking shitty people. You know you wish death on some people 10 years ago, and then they died in a new way you weren't aware of. So it's like, great.
I didn't imagine it that way, but I'll take it.
Yeah. Remember going outside during COVID and just like walking in the middle of Ventura and like no one's going to come hit
like
you?
Ghost town.
It was eerie. It was like that in New York too. And you like, you take the best pictures. You
Yeah.
can literally
You don't
stand in
have
the
to do
middle
any
of Fifth
photoshopping.
Avenue. Yeah. Yeah. You don't take cars out. There's just no one there. It's pretty nice.
Are you a part-time influencer?
No.
No.
Yeah.
I was wondering why you're doing photo
Oh,
shoots in the middle of the street.
Oh, yeah. Just because you could, I guess.
Yeah.
It was like, this is a cool pick.
Um,
Part-time influencer.
Have you
Is that
done-
a thing? Part-time influencers? I love it.
have you done any jokes about being a son of a Holocaust survivor, or is that
Oh,
like
yeah,
way too far?
tons. Yeah, yeah.
How does mother, father,
Dad.
dad? How
Yeah,
does he?
grew up in Romania. Thank God he was pretty far east.
Does he find them funny or?
Yeah, he understands like there's two ways to go about like dark jokes taking them. It's either like, this is awful, or like, oh, they know it's awful. That's why it's funny. Taking light of something.
Right.
If you make fun of like dropping your slice of pizza, it's just not that funny because it's not that bad. But if you make fun of like the Holocaust, then it's like, oh, making light of that is like, it's such a, so different than how you should react. So he gets it. He's like, you're actually showing how terrible
He's
it
not
is.
at home like crying because his son doesn't understand what he's been through.
Yeah, the people who get upset at comedy jokes it's just because it's a new art form. So like people don't quite know how to take it. And they're like, it's you speaking about your own feelings with your own name. Versus like a naked lady painting is like, we know by now that's not an actual naked lady.
Yeah.
But then even like, I don't know, when photography got big, people were like, this is smut. Remember that? And it was like, no, it's not. It's just like a black and white photo of a naked dude with a nice dong.
With a
But like
huge
no one's
dick.
actually coming for the dong. It's for like the lighting and stuff.
It's in sepia.
It's a beautiful cock.
Yeah, sepia dong. Yeah. Sepia dong should be a name of someone's podcast.
Are you currently watching Sex in the City or the new one?
The old one.
Oh, thank
Okay.
God.
And I am loving it.
Okay.
I assume you guys have seen it?
Oh yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah.
It's the worst written show possibly of all time. I can forgive him for writing men terribly because it's not about the men on purpose. It's about these women and their friendships.
But which one are you?
I will tell you, I used to hate the redhead, and then I've realized finally after seeing the new
Well,
ones,
I'm a Miranda.
you're Miranda.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm starting to like her.
Yeah.
Mhm.
No,
Wait,
she's
which-
the only one who makes any fucking
She's the
sense at
redhead.
all. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah. And why does she make sense?
Because she's not a fucking hypocrite. She's not there like Carrie,
Yeah.
the worst friend
Worst friend
Worst
in the
human.
world.
The worst friend. Anytime somebody's like, oh my God, I'm having a terrible time. And she's just leafing. She's like, I know, right? Somebody stood you up, just leafing through like letters. And
Lighting
like,
her
anyway,
cigarettes.
so I'm out of cigarettes. Can you believe it? And he was like, no, this is your friend's moment.
No. And she will bulldoze through anyone in the name of getting her way with Big.
Oh my God. And it's like, he's a bad guy.
Were you Team Aiden or Team Big?
I mean, I think they both should have just murdered her. Also, the guy was like, you're just constantly starting fights with me. I see it from Big's side, but also like, he's not the guy for you.
The
Also,
first time she broke up with him, where they were going on vacation and they're on the sidewalk and she like wants she wanted a commitment or something and
But-
like 2 weeks of dating. but
too
he's
way
taking
too
her-
early.
He's taking her on a trip and then she's like, well, no, then I'm just not going. And it's just like,
And he's just like, what, lady? I mean, her blowjobs must have been so epic for him to put up with that. And every time he comes over, he's like, we're late, let's go. And she's like, I'm getting ready. I can't pick out which shoes I want. And then he lights up a cigar, which is like an hour and a half smoke. And I'm like, you're already late. This doesn't make any
We
sense.
definitely don't have time for that.
Yeah, like, what are you doing? She just shows up to where his parents are. I'm like, this is out of line, lady. You can't be doing this.
Did you watch the new one or no?
it was pretty brutal. Once Big died, I was
Big did right away.
Spoiler
Immediately.
alert.
The first episode is the Peloton death
Yeah.
scene. That's like
No, they really completed her
Spoiler,
like
it's
her
fine.
being terrible in general because she just watched him die.
And didn't even.
She's like, oh, you're still, oh, okay.
And
now
that
you're
did
dead.
rock me. I was like crying, I think, for the rest of the day, being like, you can't ever get on a Peloton. Please, you're
Yeah,
this
his thoughts are
age.
Well, I am older than her, so it was immediately like, trauma from like dating an older man.
Yeah. I'm sure you've been there. You must be like, yeah, okay, this could happen.
Yeah.
Someday.
And did you know that a new study just came out that
Apparently, I'm 6 times more likely to have a heart attack.
marijuana smokers are 6 times more likely to have a heart attack?
What? But we're chill.
not chill enough, clearly.
What? Oh, it's because we run out of weed, we get real upset.
You get and you get like bad anxiety, and you get like itchy. And
6 times more likely?
Six
But I
times.
said
That's
more
hard
than
to
what?
believe.
More than what?
The average person.
What is the
who's
average?
not
Because
smoking
I
weed.
said 0 times 6 is still 0.
Damn, that's good math.
But
Don't
it
ask
is
the
at the end
women
of the
about
day
math,
just
but-
math
Yeah.
and doesn't make
Follow.
any sense in the story. Who's the 0?
6 times more likely than someone who isn't already predisposed to cardiovascular events.
Still don't know what that
That's
means.
Yeah, what's cardiovascular? Is that even
That's
a word?
because you've smoked
Sounds
so
like
much
you made
weed.
it up.
It's fucking up the brain cells
My
in your head.
grandfather and dad have had heart attacks.
So yeah, so technically it's double.
Oh my God.
My father was a Holocaust
12.
survivor, and almost none of them smoked weed, and they didn't live long. So really, it helps you live longer. Get there. Get there.
I'm there. I'm there.
Okay. Oh my God.
He wrote, what we asked.
Wait. There's more on Sex of the City.
Okay.
Okay, she's a sex columnist in not the 1930s, in the 90s to 2000s. And she's like, a threesome? Could I? What? In New York fucking City. She's the most prudish person in the goddamn world.
She also has a very small column and a very nice control department.
Uh-huh.
A brownstone at that.
Yeah.
She's on a bus.
She's on a
She's
bus.
on a fucking bus.
Yeah, she's popular. And she's the only one who won't show her boobs the whole show. That's separate. That's an actor thing, not the character.
And that's a
Sorry,
personal
just-
gripe you have. with
Yeah.
her. I mean, Samantha is, some could say too nude.
Yeah. No one would, none could say that.
No bad naked for you?
Yeah.
You don't watch that Seinfeld episode?
I mean, listen, girls had some bad nudity, but
The showgirls?
the showgirls. Yeah, it was like, all right, Lena, chill. We get it. Not every episode. You can do it once in a while. You're brave. Not every fucking episode. Somebody told her she was brave after the first season, and she's like, I'm going to brave every 8 minutes. Like, no one's just naked. I'm not that naked around my own apartment. No one's there. Just put a robe on. Do something. Who cooks eggs with their fucking pussy out? Sorry, I'm getting too dirty for this podcast. I apologize. I'm a bad person, you guys.
That's crazy. Do you refer to a pussy as a pussy?
No, almost never.
Like if you're talking to like a girlfriend?
when is the few times that you
Just
do?
right here. It's come out of my mouth way more.
Yeah.
I usually call it a vagina.
With a B?
Yeah.
Why the B?
It makes it more stupid.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you want me to go down on your vagina?
Vagina. Yeah.
I feel like most of the time the answer is no, don't you think?
Yeah. Once you say vagina, they're like, grow up. And
They're
I'm
like,
like,
oh my God.
You're like deliberately trying to give him the ick so you don't have to.
yeah.
Yeah.
You a Red Wings fan? Is that what that is?
Who's Red Wings?
Hockey team?
Uh-huh. What's that on your neck?
Oh, it's because I lost my child. So I got a wing for it.
Fuck.
For my baby that I lost.
Really? Sorry.
Yeah, you wanna dive
I
into
got
that?
a
Or
matching one too.
Really? Nope.
you wanna unpack or
Nope.
All right.
Sorry.
No, please.
Anyway.
That made everything else feel like a little less violating.
Yeah. Once something gets too real, I'm like, oh, I've lost the
All right, I'm out.
Yeah.
It was fun to see you get a little awkward there.
Sorry,
Are
buddy.
there moments when you're on stage and can you see your audience, or are you those that's like turn the
First
lights
couple
up right?
rows.
I don't want to see.
Yeah, first couple rows you can see, and then it just disappears.
Do you look for their
crowd
facial?
work, or is that necessary in your line of profession when you're dark?
Nah, you can do it if you want, but it's like everyone's trying to do it now. It's kind of like hacky. I try to go the other way.
So you don't want to see their facial expression.
I'll see it. No, I want to see if they're
But
having a
he's
good
just
time.
not. He's not. Yeah. Well,
Not-
something
not
like
crowd
like to Ari's point, like it's like a bit now. It's like a thing that it's part of their act to do some crowd work.
Yeah, everyone's like, it used to just be like, when you got to it, it happened. It happened. You know, somebody dropped a tray of drinks. You're like, let's make fun of it. Or somebody shows up in something like weird. But yeah, I can see them. It's nice when they're having a good time, but sometimes you see like, and then you just like keep going. Yeah.
No,
I gave it up for some lady at the Comedy Store once. What?
Oh, I said anytime I go to a comedy show, I try to sit in the back because
So
I'm
they
like, I
can't
don't
fuck
want
with you.
to. I don't want to be subject of your comedy.
Yeah.
bit. I just want to
Oh,
enjoy.
yeah.
I saw some lady at the Comedy Store like this the whole time. Some 55, 60-year-old lady. She was like snarling face and just like, but she was quiet the whole time. I kept looking at her. Her husband or boyfriend, whatever, was into it. And I kept doing it, didn't mention her. And then I was like, all right, I'm done. And then I was like, before I go though, hey lady, I just want to give some props here. Like, you hated me, right? She goes, yeah. And I'm like, okay, fair. But you kept your mouth shut the whole time. You didn't disrupt the show. And it's okay to like have your tastes and likes and dislikes, but you handled it so well. guys, let's give her a round of applause for handling it well with her distaste. And then she's like, yeah. But that's all we
She
want.
did her rounds.
Let us all enjoy. Yeah.
I love how you didn't feel the need to remind her that it's an art and you're a comedian. And you
That's okay to not like.
Yeah.
Yeah, like what you're saying. I'm not gonna be a baby about it. It's all right. I get it. It's not for everybody.
At what point did you realize you were funny, like enough to do it in front of people?
I don't know. 4th grade, maybe.
Never? Or
Yeah. Yeah, I was always getting thrown out of class.
oh,
playing
you
with
were one of
toys.
those that was like, he's talking too much.
Yeah, I was like annoying.
Did you ever have to
Clearly,
take
looking back.
tests like outside? Like my teacher would have to put like desks outside of the door, and
So
you
you
would have
could-
to like take a test out there so that you didn't like disrupt.
You guys Jewish? Either you Jewish?
9%.
9% Jewish. Well, if you were over 50%, what you do is you just pay a doctor to say your child is learning disabled, and then you could take untimed tests at home and get better grades
At
and
home?
SATs. So did she. Yep. Do
That-
however
wait.
you want to get ahead.
What?
I got
There's-
extra time for sure.
Yeah.
I could use extra time. I'm just,
Yeah, we all
I
could have.
can't fucking read.
Yeah, that would have helped then the extra time.
Yeah.
Juice? No, it's juice. Oh.
Jewish
Oh,
day.
okay.
They're like, what is this accent you're throwing in there?
What is this word? Yeah, Jews got untimed tests. It's great. There's white privilege, and then there's another thing that we don't like to talk about. It's Jewish privilege.
It is. Leia, what's so funny?
She knows it. She
She
got all
gets
the
it.
same privileges. What school did you go to?
It's called Shalhevet.
Oh, that's a
Very
Hebrew
Jew. Very
school.
Jewy.
No, I'm talking about college.
Oh, USC.
USC? U
Yeah.
of SC?
University of Southern
You-
California.
Southern California.
Is that how you guys say it?
USC.
Oh, USC. Yeah, yeah.
Well, he went to yeshiva,
USC.
so
Yeah, I went to
he beat
Yeshiva
you.
briefly.
yeshiva.
That's nice. Yeah, untimed tests. It's great. What a privilege.
Did you feel?
You can say anything.
I'm good.
Ask me about, you can ask me about my child.
I'll take it back. yeah. Yeah. Have you ever?
I've had some on purposes. Yeah. You don't get a tattoo for the on purposes. You just give a hearty handshake and get her a cigarette to make sure.
Go on your way.
Yeah.
That's
Beyond
crazy.
purposes.
God for the liberal laws in America.
Why are you watching animal attack videos? Do you want to talk about that?
My algorithm got me.
Or the ski videos.
Yeah. You ever catch your algorithm just grabs you and takes you to a place?
Yeah, and it's sometimes it's a really strange place that you
Yeah.
end up on. Yeah.
Yeah, I went from there was like a dock that in like Santa Clarita that like caved like a couple months ago. It just like washed away and some guy was on it, but it stayed intact and they had to like rescue them. I was like, oh, weird. And then from then on, it just went natural disasters. Like it was like, oh, you must love that disasters. And then it pulled that into animal like disasters. I was just watching puppy videos and like, what about if it went wrong? And I like, oh. And then it's like, okay, fine, you don't like the puppies getting killed, but how about like lions attacking tigers? And you're like, okay. You just click on it once, and then it's all it takes you. Now, every time I'm on a hike, I'm so fearful. I hear a squirrel. I'm just like, wow, it's a bobcat. I'm being tailed.
Well, that's because it says here that you do drugs while you hike.
I do drugs.
So maybe
That's accurate. That sheet never lies.
Yeah.
I do drugs.
Maybe it's more the drugs than the TikTok algorithm in your head.
Yeah. I mean,
typed it
yeah.
in
That's
and
the heart
forgot.
attacks. That's the heart attacks. Smoking weed in nature.
smoking weed and doom scrolling. Yeah.
Weed's legal
Is it
now.
really even a drug?
Is it even a drug? That's a valid question.
Well, if you're gonna call weed a drug, I have no problem with that. But let's fucking call alcohol a drug.
You have to call alcohol a
You
drug
know?
then.
Well, we're not the only. There's also alcoholics. That's drugs too.
No, we're deflectors.
Yeah,
Yeah.
y'all are.
Yeah, because none of us go, it's not. We just go, that is too. Look at them.
Yeah.
It's not my fault I'm a better person when
Yeah.
I'm chilled out.
More attentive to your child's needs.
Well, no.
No, we actually were talking earlier this episode how he leaves chewed up gum in random places, like on surfaces, and our daughter will find it. Like
And chew it.
one time
One
she
time.
did. One time it was wrapped all around her hand.
She learned a valuable lesson that day.
That's what I said.
What was that?
Don't smoke weed and chew gum. When she's older, she'll remember that lesson.
Just
She'll be
like
like getting
Papa.
high, put it down, go, wait. Oh, core memory. I'm gonna throw that away.
Yeah, that's true.
She's gonna thank her father. She's gonna call you
Wow.
not then, but later and be like, Dad, I never knew how much you were preparing me for life. Do you already know any mushroom parenters?
Mushroom what?
Parenters?
Like they're microdosing?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
You do.
I do know a few of them.
Thoughts, feelings, concerns?
I'm okay with it as long as you do like little small amounts. But also, like, you can see why it's scary.
Why?
Because, like, I mean, sometimes you're just gone when I go on mushrooms. You're just like, I'm out.
Hallucinating. Yeah.
And then, like, you don't need your kid just going, meh.
Yeah, one
all right.
time Nally and I partook, watched like 11 hours of Peaky Blinders while in our hot tub, and then Nally was doing somersaults in the pool,
Yeah.
and then passed out naked on our floor while our dog ate the steak that we left on the table that we didn't eat.
Before kids.
This is before children.
Dude, PK and post K is so different. And then
Truly.
you'll remember your PK lives.
And you're like, who was that?
Uh-huh.
Do you have kids?
No. But
None that you wanted.
none that I wanted, yeah. I got, a couple. Yeah.
On purpose.
A couple on purposes.
I just love that you said that with such conviction. Like, yeah, pre-kids life, before, after post-kids life.
And I was like, oh my God, he's so relatable. Like, he's just like us. Like, what was your pre-kid life?
Wait, I do have a question. You're a golfer? You were a golfer.
I was a golfer.
You're not good anymore, or you stopped?
I was never good.
Oh.
I was also I played golf at Yeshiva University. Yeah, I played golf there. We just needed people to play, so anyone who had a golf bag could be on the team. And I believe, the worst athlete in NCAA sports that year.
Oh my God.
You play golf?
No.
Yeah.
My dad was the 11th longest drive hitter in the world 1 year.
Okay.
Oh.
I shot a 143 in competition.
I know enough about golf to know that's not good.
That's
Yeah.
not good.
Yeah, you want to be around a 70, just below 70. The other team was laughing. My own coach was laughing at me. Yeah.
And you just kept but you played
I was
through.
on the team. Yeah, I played
Yeah.
through it. Yeah. I mean, they had to keep supplying the balls.
I don't have the patience for golf. It's after like 9 holes. I'm like, fuck this shit. I'm also a little too competitive because I'm not like, I'm good enough to have never been taught golf that I can like hit it 7 hours straight.
Great.
Like that's
Yeah,
all, you know.
fun.
So I can keep up with like the average golfer, but like when my golfing buddies
Get cereal.
and I'm just like, I don't give a fuck.
You're
You
also
know.
not a big drinker, which I feel like that just like goes hand in hand with golfing
Yeah.
for 15 hours straight.
It made golfing better when I stopped caring about the rules and had a couple nips, or just like got high and then be like, hey, I'm not feeling this hole. I'm just gonna go with you guys.
Where's
I'll
that
just- I'll just
cart?
smoke. Yeah.
I can't even see the hole from
Yeah.
here.
My score doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Let's just.
We're just having fun,
chill.
right?
Yeah, we're just having fun. I'm gonna go on a little hike in the woods and meet you guys.
Yeah. My friend's husband's really big golfer, and it's like they do like betting and all of that stuff. And so like anytime my boyfriend goes with him, I'm like, you're not betting. You're gonna lose.
You're gonna lose.
They're just literally stealing money from you at this point.
Yeah.
How did you end up getting a job at the Arlington Cemetery?
Yeah. I used to.
You have a fixation with dead people.
I do now. I used to lay pipe.
You're sick.
At the cemetery. Yeah, I don't know. Somebody I knew who knew somebody was hiring. I was 16, my first job.
That's your first job.
Yeah, first time I
What does one do?
you lay pipe. I was a horticulturalist. You just gotta like water. I watered the flowers around the tomb of the unknown soldier. I put out the eternal flame once.
Are you serious?
Forgot about that. Yeah, that might be treasonous.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
What?
Generally, had to pick up pipes. Like it would go like male to female and lay them down on these long fields, and then like let them go in the sprinklers. And then when they were done, like you did put them back in the truck, and then take them to the next field and lay them out. But sometimes, if you were good, you got like wand duty, and it was just a hose with a magic wand at the end. It went up and then kind of down, so it was like that. So then you just walk like, you know, watering all the beautiful flowers outside. I went to National Cemetery. It was gorgeous. And then I didn't screw it on tight enough. And then the magic wand came off, just popped off. And this shoot of water just went straight up into the eternal flame.
Like what'd you do?
It
Yeah,
just
what
it
did
went
you
out.
do?
I mean, I was like, I'm going to get hung. There's all these like tourists there, and they're kind of looking up. I can see them looking up what the word eternal means because they're like,
Yeah,
it's out.
like, wait a
What is, maybe I got it wrong. And then I was like, I'm fucked.
Did you like call your boss and be like, hey?
I think there's a little, like, you know, pilot light, and it went back on. But for like 2 minutes, I was like, oh, this is really bad. Yeah, that the Marines are there, like walking right nearby, Tomb of the Unknown Soldier, and
Oh my God.
yeah. But it was fun. We used to take naps in the open graves because it was cool in there. No one was in there yet. So it wasn't really like rude to anybody. It was not a soldier yet.
So do you want
You
to
were out breaking it in.
Breaking it in, exactly. Making sure it's comfortable for these heroes.
would you say that you would like to be buried or cremated?
Okay. Good question for all of us, by the way. I say cremated and then given to certain parts to different people who might want it, different groups of my friends.
Would you feed it to your dog?
I had never thought of it before. But
Neither have I until the beginning of this episode when I found out Leia, who just had a child.
Fed.
Well,
The umbilical
no.
cord.
No, did not feed ashes to my dog.
But apparently it's a family tradition in her husband's family that when their child's umbilical cord falls off, I don't know if you know this as a parent, you have a baby and he ties it
Stays
up.
on
And then
forever.
like a week later it dries up like a raisin and pops off. And like a lot of parents that are normal, like just keep it or do something with it. And Leia feeds it to her dog.
Really? Did your
Listen,
dog go
You've been
for it?
such a good boy today.
Yeah,
Like a treat, like a special treat.
Was it? I mean, you can't do that.
She only
more
has
than
one
Well,
child.
I've only had one kid, but
Wow. What kind? I mean, I take back the question I was going to ask.
What kind of dog?
Yeah.
Or
What
what kind
does it matter? That doesn't have any. If this is
dog
a court
is
case, you'd be like
eating.
irrelevant. You'd be like, yep, Your Honor, irrelevant to the thing. It could be a Pomeranian or German Shepherd. None of that matters.
All of it is going to eat that.
And was it into it?
well, she ate it.
She probably didn't even taste it. It was just like, yeah.
It was very crunchy.
Because it dried up.
Mhm.
Can I just
So
say
sad.
boo on this?
Do you regret it now that we made you feel bad for it?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay.
Mhm. I should have kept it. That was a keepsake for sure.
What about the placenta thing? Would the men eat the placenta?
I was offered it.
You were.
I immediately turned it down. I'm definitely not one of those dads who's like trying to enjoy the whole experience.
The
I'm just
whole
let me know when
experience.
my kid's here.
It's
Right.
really good for you,
You know,
though.
Oh, right.
Sir.
You don't want to see that.
I'm front and center. I'm holding her
Front
hand.
and center. You were not
you
front and
didn't.
center.
You didn't see it.
No, I
like,
was.
do this
Well,
thing?
I was behind. No,
You were the complete opposite of front and center.
When the doctor is like, "Hey, do you want to help deliver the baby?" I was like, "You got this shit. You went to school. I'm good."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why look at
He
it?
was behind Natalie, holding her hand over.
Really?
Like,
Yeah.
you got this, babe. You're doing great.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, I don't. For what reason?
Here's a finger.
For what reason to see it that way?
He also refused to try my breast pump out before me.
What do you
Which
mean,
I felt
to
like
pump
was-
your own to pump
Well,
his breast.
I was nervous to use it. I was like, what if it hurts? I was a little scared. I'd never used a breast pump before.
Yeah.
So I was like, listen, could you test it out and just let me know if it's painful?
I said
And
no.
he refused.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Why? Why would you're gonna have to do it? You'll never have to do it
But don't you feel like as in a relationship, you should just go through things together?
when you must. If you're on vacation and it's raining for both of you. But if you're off, I don't know, golfing with friends and it's raining, you don't call her and say, "I need you to step outside. I need you to also get wet needlessly." No,
So
that's-
you don't want to feel the contractions. You don't want to
what are
be
you talking
involved.
about? I get punched in the face because they get a nurse to just punch me every once in a while in the dick so I can feel what it's like. No, I'm sorry you're going through this, but
I need you to stop.
just step outside, just walk around the block in whatever clothes you're on. Let it ruin your iPhone so we can connect somehow.
So you
This is a
would,
Carrie kind of test.
Carrie
Yeah.
would absolutely
Yeah.
make big, try all the shit he doesn't
What a
need to try.
lunatic. And then she walks by his wedding. Oh, is this where your wedding was that day? I just was walking in New York. I just happened to go by. Ugh, this lady.
Oh my God. So you wouldn't want to be front and center. You're not interested
I
in
got
like being a part
an
of.
ingrown toenail taken out, and he's like, "You want to watch?" I'm like, "Nope, no need to see this." I'm just looking around the room every other way. Yeah, you're trained. You got it. He's trained.
I was like, I'll get you back later. And I have.
In what way?
How have you gotten her back?
I've done things for you and our child.
Oh, for me, I thought you were talking about for our doctor.
Oh yeah,
Oh, our doctor? No. I paid her.
yeah.
yeah.
That was a hefty hospital bill for sure.
Yeah, she asked me if I wanted to help. I was like, do I get a discount for that? I was like,
Yeah. If I don't have enough money for the check, I have to wash dishes.
Like-
Yeah.
do your job, doc.
Just sew it up.
Oh, that was great.
There was a video that went viral of a woman who was in the middle of giving birth, and it's like the husband's filming, I guess, and all you can see is like you can't see anything but like the tops of her knees, and there's like a nurse on the other side of her, and you can hear the doctor going like, "Okay, look, you're gonna tear, so I'm probably just gonna have to cut." And as soon As soon as she says it, the nurse makes that face, and it's
That's
on
her first
film.
day.
And they're like, "Why would the nurse make that face?"
Yeah, like you've never seen this before.
Yeah. Like the patient, the mom who's in labor is like, "Is that gonna hurt?" And she looks over at the nurse. The nurse is like, "Ooh."
I don't think so.
She's like, I don't know.
That's gonna fuck you up.
Yeah, we're gonna tear your vagina. It's gonna for sure hurt. Did you do that? You did the pushing one or the cutting one?
I did the. Well, I don't think my mom thought that they like just cut everyone nowadays. You know, it was like that's normal. That's how they get the baby out is just to cut you right open. And I was like,
Yeah.
no.
Slice you down the middle.
That's a C-section.
Yeah.
Talking about like cutting your vagina to make it
To help you
wider,
along.
to make it come out.
So there's 3 kinds:
Sure.
slicing, cutting, and pushing,
And scissoring.
and scissor.
Yeah. So, no, my mom was like, they're gonna, like, they do it to everyone. It's just easier to get the baby out. And I was like, no. Nowadays, you do perineal massages to lubricate the area in which is basically like a gooch massage.
It's like
Yeah,
the
they have
same
lube.
logic as like before you have anal. You know?
Yeah. Can you imagine like the 1920s doing anal with just some like spit? What barbarians.
No plugs.
For
Nothing.
For KY.
I thought you lost your anal virginity to me.
So I'm gonna have to put in my 30 days. I'm learning too much on the show.
Where is HR?
The trauma.
Where is HR?
I'm gonna be rocking in a shower later.
Friends said we could talk about this stuff while we're podcasting.
Listen, it's all a bit. It's all stand up, and all of this is a joke.
How bad did it hurt?
Which one, the
No,
anal
drugs.
or giving
Drugs.
birth to the baby?
Now both. I will now say both.
Honestly,
We'll breathe the
anal.
same.
Yeah, which one hurt worse?
Anal.
Because you don't get numbing.
You don't get
a
epidural
numbing. Yeah,
for
you don't get.
anal. Honestly, if I could get epidural for anal, I would do it every day of my life.
I heard anal described as like you're trying to shit out a house. If you could get epidurals, you would do anal.
I
every day.
would do anal every day. Yeah. Honestly, the epidural was the best part about giving birth, other than meeting my child for the first time.
Wow.
Yeah. You should try epidural for your next hike or live music festival.
I 100% will. Give me that Michael
They
Jackson stuff
basically
and
give
an
you this
epidural.
thing, right?
Yeah.
It's like a large needle in your back. And then going
In your
forward, they
back.
give you a remote control. It's like, imagine having a remote control for your drugs, whatever your drugs are. And it's like, you can push this button as much as you want. You can't OD because you're good.
Mhm.
More or less, higher or
More.
lower.
You just hit, there's just a more
You
button.
stop hitting it if you like.
It
feel
won't
like,
let you OD.
It won't
don't
let
need
you
more.
OD. Wow.
But so you
like
just,
the second I was like, I think I feel my toes more.
so at any point, you can just make sure you're at maximum high.
Yeah. Is that what you
Yeah.
you
That's
just
what I
always like,
Yeah.
just keep doing this?
Yeah.
Yeah. I gotta go to sleep. Just hit this for me for a while.
Yeah.
Wow.
Crazy.
And then you couldn't feel it. Could you push out?
Yeah. All you feel is like pressure, but you don't
So you're
feel
just kinda
any.
like-
I mean, they tell you, they're like, you're going to push for 10 seconds. And so you just like hold a push for 10 seconds. And then they're like, we see your head. And it's like,
It
wow,
was
I guess I'm
shockingly,
doing something.
I mean, we got very lucky with very little with no complications. So,
Yeah.
it's not the same for everyone, but it was shockingly like it happened real fast, that part. The
Yeah.
whole like push, she's out.
And then out.
Yeah.
Did it make this noise?
There was so much going on in the room. I don't recall.
No.
If Nick would have been down there, he could have listened. But
Yeah, I'm with you. Why watch it? But
No.
also, I'm curiosity. I'd watch someone else's. They got to do like a strangers on a train situation.
I've seen the sex ed videos back in the day, and I imagine like something like that.
Do you just have to shave before?
honestly, I thought about that. I said, should I get like a wax or shave before? And then I said, well, wax is painful. Like, I don't need to go through that right now. I'm about to go through
Once
birth.
you've had the epidural, though.
If I could get the wax
You
post.
they should
Yeah.
all have that. The Brazilian place should just have an
It's like,
epidural.
while we're here, while you can't feel anything.
Yeah.
Call in your wax. Yeah.
Yeah.
So then I was like, I guess I could shave. And then I was like, well, that feels like a lot of open wounds. Like, what if I cut myself?
Oh, yeah.
And then like that just felt like it was little. So
If
I
she'd
just gave
asked
her a
you to
jungle
shave.
to fight through.
Yeah, right. So she'd,
Sometimes
like, scratch marks.
they shave it themselves. The nurses will be like, "Oh my god, we got to get in here," and they have a little disposable razor. And
Would you have done that out of
would you have shaved me? I think
No,
I did.
no,
I think you
I meant
asked,
like-
and I think I said no.
I meant like if she's like, I have to shave for this. Can you please also shave your D?
The hair?
Yeah. Yeah.
No, your dick
So,
off.
Meet you there.
Yeah, I'll meet you there.
Yeah.
Every once in a
I'm
while,
not
I'm like
breast
this.
pumping.
Every once in a while, I'm like, this is getting crazy. Like,
Yeah, I'll do
Same.
it once every couple of years.
Same.
Yeah, this is getting crazy.
I'm like, I can't see anything down there. I should probably take control. Yeah.
is that gum?
How long has that been there? They don't still make Big Red.
Juicy fruit.
Yeah,
Ari, this has been a ton of fun.
it has been. You guys rule.
Yeah.
I think you're my favorite married couple.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I've been recording this for 14 minutes.
Oh.
Really?
That's also a pet peeve. How easy it is to accidentally record a voice note and accidentally send it to someone via text.
Oh,
No.
I did it last night. I got off stage, record your sets on there, and then I got off. I thought I hit stop, and then I talked a lot of shit about people with my friend, and then I was like, oh, I just delete the whole file. So easy to send to your
It's all gotta
friend.
Ari, it's so much fun. You have.
It's a great title for a Burke.
Thank you. Don't do it.
For a burp.
And Burke. Thanks. Thank you. I thought I could skip
You
by
don't
on
want to
that.
go. This makes me feel good. You want to stay.
Don't text your ex happy birthday. Solid advice.
The next Flip special is America's Sweetheart. It's out right now. It's very funny. If you want to laugh about things that make you feel like maybe you should or shouldn't laugh about it, but it's also really also funny, and it is just comedy, so
Thank you.
it's okay. Check it out.
Thanks, buddy.
I feel like anytime we have a comedian, I just open up way too much.
I learned a lot. We could say that this segment was educational.
I feel like with Heather McMahon, I opened up about like things I definitely shouldn't have. It's like we just.
Well, what do they say? Like, usually comedy stems from like dark childhood trauma.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's that whole. It's that whole thing that's like why I'm funny is because X, Y, and Z
Coping.
happened to me. It's like this.
Learn
is,
to laugh or else I
this
cry.
is-
All I could think is crowd work is afraid of Natalie because she banters.
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, we just want to thank our guests, Jason and Melanie, as well as Ari, for joining us. Be sure to follow them and check out their work as well. Oh, and if you haven't already, be sure to check out the Barbie for Going Deeper episode that dropped yesterday. It's a really great one, especially for all you Euphoria fans. She's got a really excellent new movie called Bob Trevino Likes It. Be sure to check that out as well. Next week, we got the Bachelor finale, and we will be interviewing your runner-up, which I think will be juicy. I think maybe this finale might be worth you guys tuning into. They'll be with us next Wednesday for Going Deeper, and obviously we will talk about the finale a little bit on Tuesday's recap. So much more coming ahead. Excited to bring it to you. We'll see you then. Bye. Hey guys, if you loved what you listened to, make sure you hit that subscribe button below. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next time.